So hello and welcome everybody, friends and lovers alike. I don't think, I mean, all of you are lovers to somebody, probably.
Hey,
This is a
Spencer.
this is a dead end.
I
Hello and
love
welcome.
this game and I love you. This is an
Thank you.
amazing chat. Thank
Hello
you.
and welcome to Dice Fables. This is session 29. I'm Spencer. I am your DM. Joining us today in this Curse of Strahd game, we have Matt playing the Legion of the Lost in Redmond Gill. We have Riley playing Volk, the Magnificent Menagerie, our Volk Moonchild. We have Habiki playing Toatl, our placid and pragmatic protector of the lost. Or sorry, Preacher of the Lost. I couldn't read my handwriting there. We have Celina Marley being played by Mia. She is our mysterious and myopic master of the arcane. And finally, we have,
Who's
yes,
Celina?
the wizard.
Swear to God, Matt.
Yeah.
I I thought we had someone named Selena in the party, so I
How
just
dare you?
I'm sorry,
No,
sorry.
we have Serena. That's the true name of Diana.
Oh
And
yeah,
Celina is the new is the
Okay.
new character.
I'm sorry to derail.
You interrupted
That is-
Astora's introduction. Poor Astora with her nightmare with the bike and her nightmare about the game now being delayed with her introduction. Lastly,
I
we
want
have
this
Astora playing Diana Lothryn, our resident good drow and maiden of Ela Stray. So, previously on Curse of Strahd, what happened? What are you guys up to? How are things going? Is everything copacetic?
Diana's dog died.
Yes, it's true. It's canon.
It's canon.
Oh no.
Pain happened last session, right, gang? Like I wasn't. I was here for the beginnings of it. We woke up after being absolutely brutalized by this blood gargoyle monstrosity that Strahd turned into or was controlled by. It's unclear. Um, we held a little funeral for Ilena and was greeted by a new member of the party, Celina,
God fucking damn it.
who met us as we were who met us as we were going through the swamp of death. And oh, that's it. And then he killed us.
Yeah, yeah.
Never do such a thing.
What do you mean? You
We were-
firebolted some gas and
We were
S-
fighting
yeah.
fighting the poison boluses things, and Selena just waltzed in. Lightning's the ones who were trying to
Witch
avoid
storm.
killing. Witch storm.
Oh, whoops.
Selena waltzed in with the haven't you ever heard of closing the goddamn gas balloons? And just boom.
It's not my problem. Your positioning sucked.
what the fuck?
What?
Gaslighting?
Literal
What?
gaslighting.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then Redmond fell unconscious and was in a fugue state. And please, someone continue. What happened next?
Yeah, so we were on our way to Brez, looking for one of the items that was prophesized by Madam Ava ages
Mhm.
ago to
Ages ago. Literal months.
yeah, to help us defeat Strahd. I think it was Celina that told us that Babylai Sago was in Brez, and that she was the one. Then we divined that she was the one that had both Selena's rod of power and the item we were looking for. Um,
Yes.
so we decided that a full frontal assault, or a two-pronged assault on her hut was necessary, and we got down to doing that. Me, Redmond, Echo, and Silka all went on the ground, and then everyone else was riding on Volk as a giant Quetzalcoatlus.
Dino Bird.
Oh, I was here for
And-
this.
Yes.
Yeah,
You dropped out of the
battle-
session before.
the battle ensued, and everyone else, everyone except Diana and Volk was trapped inside the hut as it attempted to wake up, and then I'm not too. I don't remember much what happened inside the hut because I wasn't there. But yeah, there are things coming from me and Volk now that we've got to fight off.
Mhm.
The Scarecrow and like teddy bear guys, I believe. Yeah.
There was a lot of hitting inside the hut. You managed
Yep.
to bypass or disable all of Baba Saga's defenses, so she was alone in a confined space with a bunch of very heavy melee hitters and some very strategic magic spells. So she was decimated, she went down, but you guys are still trapped inside the hut. And outside, Diana and Volk and Echo, I think that's everybody who's outside, and one swarm of ravens which you rescued
Yeah.
from a cage, are outside. You are currently being descended upon by scarecrows and animated teddy bears with cleavers, looking to eat your souls. So with that, we can begin. Do you guys see the initiative counter on your screens, or has it disappeared in the
I
time?
do.
No, it's still there. It's still there.
Dope.
Still there.
In that case, Volk, you're up next. Last time, the teddy
Right.
bears were about a turn from reaching you, so this turn they will be able to get within melee with you.
I believe I. Okay, let me just open up my
Oh, we got my ghost doggo on there as well.
stat sheet.
Celina's faithful
Do
hand.
that for it right now.
Who's invisible.
All right. I guess my best option right now is to cast another spell.
Reasonable.
Yeah. So how how congealed are these creatures?
Yeah,
Not
so
congealed. The gathered. How
Yeah.
close are they together?
so they are about 30 feet from you. They're about 5 to 10 feet away from each other as they are approaching you. So
Right.
the where they are,
Oh, that
Sorry.
didn't work. Okay. Let's
where
try
they
that.
are
That
along the
works.
corners of the map here, the battle map here, is about where they are coming towards you, and they're spaced out a
Right.
little bit more than that. But for the purposes of spells, those are their groupings.
Yeah, so I'm going to cast Erupting Earth. Which group looks like it's in in worse shape?
The worst shape one is definitely the teddy bears. Diana has been sending
Alright.
arrows at them because she is. They look the sturdiest. She determined last time.
All right. Then I will target the teddy bears.
Okie doke. So
I'm
that is
casting Erupting Earth.
saving throws for these fellows.
Yes.
Dexterity saving throw, if I'm not mistaken. If I can read.
Yes, Dexterity spell save
15.
15.
So we're gonna get.
And it's 3d12, which for some reason isn't working. Ooh, that's a good roll. Well,
So they
actually,
all failed.
It's an average roll.
So they fall prone.
They
Is
all
that
take
correct?
19 damage and fall prone.
All right. So they are all still
and also,
standing.
they're all now in difficult terrain.
They are all still standing, but they will definitely be delayed in reaching you at this point. Is there anything else you would
that
like to do on
is-
your turn?
I'm pretty sure I'm out of wild shapes. I'm not actually sure.
Well, let's see.
I
you were
turned into a
Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatlus.
You get them back on a short rest?
Yeah.
Then yeah, you should have another, because we short rested before this assault.
All right. Oh, right. Yeah, because we got
Yep.
More hit points.
You got a message from
we-
God saying that
I-
this would be a hard fight, so you should definitely rest.
Yeah, I used some of my hit dice so I could tell. Is there anything I could do with bonus action? I'm not gonna use my bonus action. I don't think.
Okay.
I'm going. Volk will try to communicate with those inside the hut, but because it has a range of I have to see,
Yeah.
my telepathy does not work.
All right. In that case, you can frantically send out your thought spikes to no avail. Diana.
I'll try yelling. Guys, can you hear me?
Yep. So Diana,
I'm knock on the wood.
knocking on wood is good luck. You had previously sent Echo into the Babala Saga's skull copter,
Yeah.
her Bowser-esque skull clown copter. Um, in there, Echo is completely hidden from harm, but he's looking pretty bored. He's the one that alerted you
Yeah.
to the approaching scarecrows. What would you like to do?
You said these guys were a turn away. How far is that?
So 30 feet, give or
Okay,
take.
so they just move roughly the same as everyone else.
Yeah.
So
They don't have any special
Um,
movement speeds compared to you guys.
okay.
I will note the
Well,
teddy bears are currently all proned,
yeah.
which means you will
Yeah.
have disadvantage on ranged attacks, and they probably won't reach you next turn without dashing.
Okay, and that's still all.
Sorry, I
30 feet
reread
away?
the spell description. There's no mention of going prone.
Okay, in that case, they are simply slowed from the difficult terrain.
Okay. I'm going to. I'll click for Echo to follow me, and I'll run over to these scarecrows over there.
Okie doke. So you will be off the map. So we are in Imagination Land, but you can absolutely get within range of them.
Land. So that's 30 feet to get towards them.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll have Echo attack first.
Okay.
So it 2 bites on this first one.
Hey, that definitely will
19
hit.
and a 12.
Yeah.
Does
They both
12
hit. Yeah.
So 21 damage.
21 damage. Echo tears into this thing, and you can tell as Echo gets to it. These are definitely they're good at their job, which is standing and looking like shitty farm equipment. They're not held together by much, so Echo is almost able to take this thing down. So you have a
Okay.
rough idea of how hard these things are to take down at this point.
Alright. And then I will attack that one once.
Okay.
So 10 damage.
All right. It has a little bit of strength remaining, and it is bringing up a claw to slash at your face. They've got little bits of sewing needles and broken pairs of rusty scissors just interwoven with their straw and burlap, and so it's raising one of these horrendous Edward Scissorhands-esque claws to slash at you.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna keep attacking this thing until it
All
goes
right.
down.
The second one of those hits, and now it goes down. So you lob right through its horrendous Tim Burton hand, and it goes flying off, and then the thing collapses into a pile of oogie boogie burlap and maggots, and you can move on to the next one.
Okay. I will. Echo will get behind me like this. Suppose try and.
Okay.
He has 40 feet. I have 50, so
Okie doke.
we have a bit more.
So
yeah, that's it.
all right. So positioning all complete, and one scarecrow down. We can move on to the hut, which I wrote down the number somewhere. Yeah. This is turn 8 of its being unconscious, so we'll go down to turn 7 now. Yep, there we go. Turn 7. Hut remains asleep. Redmond, inside the hut.
Yes.
Let me refresh you on what you see.
The chest and what else?
Yes, we have the dead Babala Saga on the ground at your feet. You have a crib with a programmed illusion of a baby Strahd. You have a cauldron with a green fire bubbling underneath it. You have a chest with iron bands on it. You have a iron tub filled with stains of blood, and you have a nasty cot that was filled with aggressive maggots, as well as a writing desk with lots of macabre witchy stuff on it.
I will try and open the chest and
Okay.
shit. Why is Vasilka here? Like, this is a existential nightmare in a companion. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Why have you done this, Spencer?
She's in love with you.
I
You're her
know.
world.
We have to get her to fight people. It's not good.
You're running Tokai.
Yes.
Don't
Matt.
blame me. It's Spencer.
Matt, it was your choice to bring
Yeah.
her.
This was a mistake.
She's currently just looking confused at the baby Strahd.
Oh, of course she is. Of course she is. I would like to try and open the iron banded chest.
You can absolutely do that. Let me just scroll down in my notes to where the information on the chest is.
It's heartbreaking.
All right. Yeah. So, how are you approaching this chest scenario? Just
I
gonna
would
grab
like
and
to,
rip it off.
so it's like iron band is in several iron bands around the width or the height.
So
Like
it's your classic Dark Souls-esque wooden chest. There are iron bands sort of securing all the wooden boards in place. There is no lock on it, but there's a latch, and the latch is currently shut.
can I open the latch?
You can absolutely reach out and grab the latch. Make a
brilliant.
perception check for me real quick.
Okay. It's gonna eat my face. Perception. It is not my strong suit.
I wouldn't be
Never
surprised.
mind.
Oh, well, it's a very good thing it's a crit. Because as you reach for that latch, you've encountered a couple of these before.
It's a mimic.
It's not a mimic. Underneath the latch, right by where you would reach to flip it up, there's a tiny little arcane rune, barely visible. You've encountered, I think, 2 of these in this campaign. Not you personally, but Rory would have told you. This spell is protected by some sort of ward. It would be a bad idea to open this chest before disabling that.
I will look at Celina and I'll say, the chest has a rune on it. If you could disable it, that would be great. And I'll look around the room at the cauldron, and I think we have to extinguish it. Is from what I'm piecing together, or Redmond is piecing together. And so I would like to lift the cauldron out of the fire.
Okay. You can absolutely do that. The fire does not burn you as you get close to it. The contents of the pot are very heavy. There's perhaps, well, I don't know what British measurements are for water, but
Liters,
it's pretty
liters.
heavy. So let's get a strength check from you to see if you can actually lift this thing without tipping it over.
It's not cruel to ask a child-like thing to help you lift something, right? This is
Vasilka?
you know. Yeah, Vasilka.
Yeah, go for it. Well, still make the strength check, but I'll give it to you with advantage because you have help.
That is, it should have had +2 to that. So that's
16?
15 and a 16.
Okay.
Would that be a strength check?
Oh yeah, it's a check, not a save.
Oh yeah, sorry, it is. So it would be.
Yeah, this is mostly just to see if you manage to balance this thing as you're lifting it, because it's very heavy and it is full to the brim with bubbling liquid.
I have like 5 modifier on my strength, so it would be 14 and 15 then, but it doesn't seem to show on the thing properly.
Why is your character sheet so broken?
Weird.
I have no idea. It's been through
Roll
some.
20.
Roll 20.
Everything is broken.
Either way, this is just a straight lifting. You're able to communicate with Vasilka what you're after, and you do manage to lift this thing off the flames. The pot is very hot, but with your armor and her, not having much in the way of nerfs, you're able to get it up without much difficulty, and you are now holding this incredibly heavy vat of noxious liquid.
I'll just put it in a tub.
Dump it in the tub?
Dump it in the tub.
All right. So you can absolutely waddle your way over there and dump it in the tub, and that'll probably be your 6 seconds for your turn.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you dump this in the tub. All of you are hit with this awful stink, and you see coming out of the cauldron there are little bits of bone and feathers. It looks like she was cooking ravens in this pot.
Disgusting.
Yeah, so that might explain the cages of ravens outside.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Yeah. Preacher, you're up next. You see that they have done this thing. They have emptied out the cauldron, and now this hearth on the ground, there's just a small bonfire-esque, Dark Souls-esque bonfire of green flame burning coldly there.
Okay, so I have an odd question.
Go for it.
So, being that Preacher has a significant connection to the cycle between life and death.
Yeah.
I wanna try and feel how much alive is this thing, and if I can awaken it back.
The fire?
No, the hut.
The hut. Okay. So you're looking for a spiritual connection to this thing?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any skills that would allow you to do that? Or is this just a spider sense sort of thing you're looking for?
I'm just looking for something. I don't have any features that do that.
Okay. In that case, we'll call it a religion check. And with your religion check,
Alright.
I will tell you what you can glean from your interactions with this construct.
Let's go. Religion check. Oh god damn it.
Okay. With a 5, you don't glean much. You haven't encountered much in the way of magical constructs. You would probably guess that the nature of this thing, it's probably more arcane than it is religious. So any interaction you're going to have with it, probably going to be better going in the science route than the faith route.
Okay.
But you don't gain any more than that.
Well then, I would like to. That's it. That's it. I don't want to do anything else.
Okay.
My turn.
So that is preacher. Somebody have a train going.
Is that a train going through your
nearby.
background, Riley?
There we go.
That's good.
The ravens in the hut with you, they are going to flutter over to the tub, and they are going to gather around the drain, where there isn't a drain, my apologies. They're going to gather around the tub and look down mournfully, grieving their fallen comrades in this tub with this magical potion in it.
That's actually tragic.
Celina, you're up next.
I'm going to give my ghost dog a couple of patties. Because it's very important.
Yeah,
because
you see
ghost dog is
Celina
very
reach out
good.
and pat the empty air where you heard barking earlier.
And then I look at the chest and like, so, Glyph needs to be taken care of? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You can either cast a spell or you can make an investigation check, up to you.
Ah,
That
I will
works.
dispel magic on the glyph.
Yeah, 3rd level or lower. Give me 1 second. I need to look up this spell to see what level it is.
I think Glyph of Warding was 3rd.
Well,
And
she
then you
would
put in
have
another
upcast
spell.
it. Yeah, she would have upcast it to 5th level. So I'm going to need you to make a check or upcast it. I guess I shouldn't have told you what level it is, but...
Yeah, but 23. I mean, I don't have 1st level spells. So
Yeah, with
I
a
would have to do
23,
something.
we'll call that an investigation check. You can absolutely have a quick look at the thing. You can tell it's roughly a 5th level.
No. For dispel magic, you have to do your spell ability check to dispel the higher thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So I
There you go.
do have to do an intelligence check, which I did there.
I got you.
to
You
dispel
easily
it.
beat the 15. That would be needed. So, yeah. The ward stops its light glowing and is disabled, as far as you can tell.
I guess that was my action. So
Object interaction, right?
Yeah, there is no lock on the latch. It is just
yeah,
clipped
but I
shut.
would investigate it first to see if there's anything else on it.
Ah, okay.
So I'm not gonna open it yet.
You can absolutely make an investigation check if you would like.
Oh, if you let me do it now, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just you can't glean any other traps from the outside. As far as you can tell, you have disabled the main defense for this thing. Other than, the archfey that lived in here, along with the programmed illusion that would distract you, and the shrieking heads that are outside, and the scarecrows that are everywhere.
Normal things. Normal
You know,
Barovia things.
Those basic
Barovia.
defenses that everybody has on their valuables.
Together with the hut
I
that
have a
would
crazy
likely
thing.
just squish us into paste in one hit.
Mm.
Anyway, yeah, things should be fine now if you want to check it out.
All right. Then we move over to the other swarm of ravens outside. Now, these ravens see that Diana and Echo are engaged with the scarecrows in that direction, so they're going to take off and do their best to help. So they will move into the space of this scarecrow. Let me open their character sheet first. All right. So what they will do is do a beak attack. That is a 19 for 7 piercing, so they do a little bit of damage to this scarecrow.
Did you add the scarecrows and teddy bears to initiative, by the way?
I did not add them to the initiative. I am such a goober. Okay. There we go. Let me just fix that real quick. My apologies. Initiative. Tracker. Initiative. 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 And then this one will be the red group, blue group, green group.
Thunderbirds are go.
Exactly. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I did have them in the initiative. I forgot to check that.
Go right. I think
Looks
it's
good.
the rolls that didn't make a difference until now.
This is true. And then that would explain why they haven't had a turn yet. So that was the second swarm of ravens. Which brings us to all the scarecrows rolled the same, basically. So the scarecrows are up next. So blue group is up first. So they're going to reach the rear of the house on this turn. They are going to use their dash action to get within your face, Volk. You're up in the hut, though, aren't you? On the roof. Okay. In that case, they're going to use their dash to get around the house, and they are going to begin the process of scrambling up towards where you are. But they are not able to reach you on this turn. You can see these things are horrible machinations, as I was describing before. They're held together with hair, sewing needles, rusty old cleavers, straw, sticks, the whole mess and caboodle. And the worst part about it is they're janky and shuffling, and they look like marionette puppets. But their eyes are these horrible burning coals just sitting back in their skull. Like the little bits of embers you get at the bottom of a fire that you have to dump water on because they just won't go out on their own. And you can see those faces looking up at you, wanting to eat you.
Yeah.
So blue is up next. No, blue is up first. Red group was up first. It doesn't matter. The teddy bears have been delayed by the difficult terrain, so they're only going to be able to just reach the hut this turn with their dash. So they are headed towards the undead horse that Redmond summoned last time, looking to tear it to pieces. The green scarecrows, not many of them left, they are going to attack Diana. So first, the green scarecrow that is surrounded by ravens is going to swing at the ravens. We got a claw and a claw. Okay, so the 4 is going to miss, but they do get a crit on those ravens.
Thank you for tanking, ravens.
Absolutely.
So as you watch, about half of this swarm goes down from this swipe. They bravely give their lives for you, Diana, as the second scarecrow fixes you with those horrendous coal-like eyes and is going to attempt to glare at you. So I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, is this thing undead?
This is not
that
undead.
matters. No.
It is a construct.
Okay, wisdom save. 19.
You are fine. Seeing that its eyes have no effect, it stops its horrendous, awful glare, and it raises its hand to come at you with a melee attack next turn. That brings us to Volk. So Volk, you can see that the constructs have arrived at the hut. There are some climbing up towards you. There are some coming to eviscerate Redmond's horse, and there are a few fighting Diana and Echo. What would you like to do?
Alright, let's see. I have been told not to light anything on fire. So despite the fact that most of my offensive spells right now are fire-based,
Yep.
I've got Flame Blade, Flaming Spear, and Wall of Fire. Those
It's a
are all
wise
my
decision.
concentration ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Moonbeam and
Okay.
then use my bonus action to turn back into a giant flying lizard.
Okay. Where would you like to center the moonbeam?
It's, let's see, 5-foot radius. So it's a 10-foot.
Yeah. 10 by 10 foot square.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. For some reason, I always thought it was a 5-foot diameter, so I've been hitting fewer things than I could have been for a very long time.
Non-Euclidean geometry gets us every time.
Well, no, it's 5-foot radius, but I've been thinking 5-foot diameter, so I've been doing a circle this big when I could be doing a circle that big. It's not even non-Euclidean, it's just me being dumb.
It's very Euclidean. It's too Euclidean to be understood.
I mean, we live on a non-Euclidean world, technically, in a way.
It only works in theory.
Yeah. I'll get these guys, I guess.
That works. So these are saving throws, and they would take the damage on the start of their turn, if they fail.
They roll on their turn. And then I can either roll 1 damage now, or roll separate damage for everyone.
Okay. See it a bit,
I think I'm gonna roll separate damage for each one. That's
okay.
Fine. And then I turn myself into a big old thingy-majigger. I'm just gonna see if I can find it in here. It might not be. It's not in here, but I'll just pull out the Pteranodon. So I have a mini.
That works.
If you could make that huge, I think it's a 3.
Huge.
The Quetzalcoatlus is a 3x3.
Yeah.
Damn.
That works.
And then I fly up like 30, 40 feet in the air.
Okie doke.
I'll say, what's my? I've got to find my speed. I was thinking about this for a while, and then I forgot, and then things happened. So
that's okay.
Yeah.
So you call down a beam of silvery moonlight that bursts forth from the clouds above and illuminates these bears.
I'll go 40 feet up.
That works. You take off into the sky, and those bears will take some damage at the start of their next turn. Diana, you are up. You are fighting side by side with these ravens. Echo is at your back. There are 2 scarecrows still standing.
Yeah, seeing that these ravens are basically dropping like flies,
Or
she's
like
gonna
ravens.
say to them, yeah, it's dropping like ravens. She'll say to them, you all run, you've suffered enough already. And I'm going to attack. Well, actually, I'll have Echo run forward first and attack this scarecrow.
He will do that.
So 1, 2. It's with advantage.
The 9
to
will
attack
miss.
tactics.
Oh, never mind. Then both of them
I
hit.
forgot about that last time. But yeah.
Nice.
Okay, 6 and 9. The best numbers. This scarecrow is bloody to this point.
Okay.
As much as a scarecrow can be bloodied.
I will take my attacks then.
Okay.
He's straw-eated.
Yeah, so the 8 from the 18 you do manage to hit with that one. The 11 will miss. But with your 3rd attack, you do take it down.
Nice,
So this scarecrow goes down. The ravens squawk at you indignantly, and they do not run away. They bravely turn their little beady eyes and beaks onto the next scarecrow.
All right. I will move up behind it then.
Okay.
Like that.
So
If
you
it
surround
wants to
this
get
scarecrow.
Yeah, if it wants to get to Echo, it's going to have to take an opportunity attack.
Very good. Very
It's
good.
end of my turn.
Hut is going to continue
Hut.
being asleep. Hut. So we have 6 rounds left on the unconsciousness for the hut. And that brings us to Redmond Gill.
Yeah, I would like to open this chest, please.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe our answers lie in here.
You crack open the chest, and you are immediately grappled by 4 undead hands that leap out from under the chest lid and
Damn
grab
it.
onto your face.
Get fucked.
Like so many spring snakes in a can.
Yeah.
So let me just add them real quick to the initiative counter and to the screen here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
So-
you get for calling me Celina.
So thoughts. So these undead hands are like attached to me, right?
I'll have them go with the scarecrows.
Okay.
Yes, they have grappled you. They're
Are
crawling
they,
over
as
you.
in, I can't move, or
No, you can move. It's just they're literally
Attached.
grappling you. They're like this, but on your armor.
and there's a bathtub full of boiling hot water.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my-
true.
Oh my god.
There's only one thing to do, gang.
You're gonna jump in that. You're gonna jump in that pool.
Psychopath.
I'm gonna take these undead hands to jump into the pool with me.
Okay.
I
You
can
can certainly do that.
I can tolerate the pain.
It's like your apple bobbing.
We're gonna
together
throw
with that
hands.
hand.
Yeah, we're gonna throw hands. Bobbing for Redmonds. Hey, Matt,
Yeah.
would you roll a d10 for me, please?
Yeah.
Oh god.
That's a 2.
A
Unfortunately.
2. All right. So when you splash down into this water, the hands are going to continue squirming around on you, trying to wiggle their way into your armor. They don't seem very affected. But
They don't seem very effective.
you,
Fuck.
on the other hand, you feel a very strange sensation.
Oh no.
You feel looser, more limber. Sorry. You feel as if, like, a joint got cracked in your back or something. Like you feel like Peter Parker in Spider-Man 2 when he finally gets that crack in his back out. You're just like,
yeah.
oh,
I
there's
feel
a new
20
spring
again.
in your step.
Yeah.
Well, more like 52 as opposed to 54.
Valid.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the hands seem unaffected.
Fuck.
And actually,
So,
I did say it was boiling.
You did say it was boiling.
Yeah.
That's the intention.
Yeah. Let me just check here. What sort of resistances do crawling claws have? I don't think they have any.
Don't think they do.
They're immune to turning effects. They're immune to charm, exhaustion, and poison. No fire resistance.
There we go.
We'll call it 2d4 fire damage from immersing yourself in boiling water, which will definitely kill the hands because they only have 2 hit points each. So we'll just see how much damage you take.
6 damage.
Nope, wrong one.
Oh, you rolled it. Sorry.
There you go. 4 damage.
Order.
So you take 4 fire damage, and the claws all die.
Genius.
And you're
Master
2 years younger.
And I'm 2. Oh wait, I'm actually 2 years younger.
Yes.
What? Oh, this is
my-
amazing.
Oh, is this what? Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, that's
Oh.
that's so cool.
I want to become young Redmond. Perfect.
If you'd rolled a 10, it would have been much more impressive.
It would be interesting.
Oh god, yeah.
Do I still have my action? Would that be my movement? Or
Yeah,
what-
that's probably your movement. You open the chest as your free object interaction. You got grappled. You jumped in the water. Probably still have time to pull yourself out of the chest and do something.
Yeah, I would like to, so everything's boarded up. I would like to, team build. This is a team building exercise, and it's not a bad thing. So I'm going to ask for Stilkle to help with this.
Okay.
I would like to enlist for Stilkle's help to help me push down one of these walls, break through one of these walls.
Oh, okay.
But,
So I will say you can communicate that to Vasilka, and that with a bunch of non-actiony actions that probably fills up your 6 seconds. But
yeah,
she
100%.
can attempt to break down one of the walls of this hut. So if you would
100%.
like her to make an attack against the wall,
Oh, an attack. Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
you don't need to roll to hit because she's definitely going to hit the wall. We'll just see how
Definitely.
much damage she does.
Wunderbar. 15.
15.
Yeah.
Okay. Duly noted. She slams her fist into the wall. She doesn't seem to do a lot of damage. It looks like
It
she's
is
hurt
not.
her hands more than the wall.
Oh no. Okay, I'll ask her to stop, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. That brings us to the Ravens' turn. The Ravens are going to pluck the unanimated crawling claws and peck them once they've plucked them out of the potion. Peck them on the
Nice.
ground. So, Preacher, you're up next.
Right. I will. I'll try to continue trying to contact and probably wake up the hut.
Okay. Well, we've already determined that you can't get much out of it on a religious front. Unless you have a spell, I will say that you will probably be wasting your turn trying to psychically connect with this construct.
Let me see my spell. No. I just have most Toll the Dead. I don't know. Wake it up with bells?
Bells.
I mean, if you want to do an
Wouldn't that-
interpretive dance, you certainly can.
Doesn't
Wake
Toll the Dead
me up
target a creature?
inside.
Wouldn't you be able
Yeah, it
to
does.
test whether it's alive with that?
There's an idea.
That's actually.
All
that's
things are open to you.
actually- Yeah, sure. I'll Toll the Dead, the weird walking
Okay.
hut.
Could you post the spell again? I need to read the description.
Sure. Here we go.
Point at one creature you see within range. I believe this counts as a creature because it is a construct. There we go. Creeping hut. It is a gargantuan construct unaligned. You can see within range. Feels the air around it for a moment. Must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. It is unconscious. But I believe it will still be able to be affected by the spell because it doesn't say the spell it doesn't have to hear you. You just have to see it.
Yeah, you just have to see it.
So I will have it make a wisdom saving throw. I will give it disadvantage because it is unconscious.
Okay.
Let's go.
That's a 1, my dudes.
Let's go. So where is it?
So all of you are assaulted with the sound of dolorous bells
Yes.
as the hut is hurt.
I'm level 8. Should be 2d8. So was
2d8.
it hurt before?
This is the first time it will have been hurt. You can see that the physical damage that Vasilka attempted to do against it didn't leave any lasting damage.
Okay, so 2d8 it is. It's 7 points
7
of
points.
necrotic damage.
Yeah. Well, it takes that damage. It is unconscious, so you can't tell whether it liked it or not.
Okay, but I can tell that it did affect it at least.
Yeah, you see like maybe a crack along some of the on one of the walls. But this is a big structure. It'll take a lot, but you did manage to do something.
So I'm just gonna say that it is not affected by any types of physical damage. You will need to use other means to get out of here if you want to do it the hard way.
Oh no.
And that's my turn.
That is your turn. Celina, you are up next. Your invisible hound is still hanging around. You have an open chest next to you. You have a green fire inside of a little thing in the ground. There's a crib with a illusory baby Strahd. And yes, you were just assaulted with the sound of dolorous bells as the structure you were within was attempted to be necrotically destroyed.
So, I guess I will check what's in the chest, besides the hands that got decimated.
Yeah. So you could peer into the chest. Inside, you see there are a bunch of items all crammed together. There are a bunch of burlap sacks filled with something that makes them bulge out, very full sacks. There is a beautiful necklace with a expensive-looking diamond in the neck piece. There is a vial of some sort of potion. There are some scroll pouches, a couple of different pouches. There's a set of pipes, one of those pan pipes that has two ends to it. There's a little stone that looks like a cat's face. And additionally, and most importantly, there is a long wizard staff and a fancy-looking diary sitting on top of everything else.
Lovely. Well, I'm gonna mage hand the stuff out of there because
Okay.
I'm not getting my hand in there.
You can absolutely begin looting. That will be your turn to get the stuff out.
I would mainly get the stuff first and the book second, I guess.
Okay, so you
And
want to do
rest can be
the
dealt with later.
okay. So what are you taking out first? I'll give you 3 items.
The rod, followed by the book, or the diary, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
And the weird cat eye.
Okay. So you have the stone that looks like a cat's face. You have your staff, and the diary.
Lovely.
That will be your turn.
I'm guessing I would not be attuned to the staff.
Not
Does that
not
attunement-
this turn.
Yes, it does. That's
All of these items require attunement, so you can't tell what they do just yet. The ravens outside are next. So despite your attempts to get them to flee, Diana, these ravens remain steadfast in their dedication to helping the enemies of Strahd. So these ravens will move into the space of this scarecrow and attack it. That is going to miss. So unfortunately, the ravens, though they surround the scarecrow, they aren't able to find purchase on its horrific construct frame. Then they get to go. So up first, the teddy bears reach your construct horse, Redmond. Wait, saving throw for the moonbeam.
I like to imagine when things are summoned that it's actually a part of the person who summons it.
That's a double fail. In that case, you're about to get some damage on your poor soul there, Red. If there is a soul left in there. So they both fail their con saves for the moonbeam, Riley. You're muted, by the way.
I know, I was muttering to myself. 2d10. That's
Hey,
11
they
damage
both
to
go
both of
down.
those
They had
guys.
11 HP left
Nice.
exactly.
Good shit.
So those constructs go down, which only leaves 2 to harass the undead horse, the undead summoned horse. So they descend on this horse, unwatched by most of you. They come at it with their cleavers. So first 2. What is this horse's AC, Redmond?
This horse AC, I will bring it up now.
13 probably.
Should be like 13.
It's usually 13.
It's a war horse, right?
Yeah.
Warhorse of AC 11.
Oh fuck me.
Unless it, I don't think you've put armor on it. So
No, it's just AC 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, your horse takes 8 slashing damage as these cleavers. It has 1 cleaver in one hand and a big, goofy-looking turkey fork in the other, and it's just stabbing and slashing at it.
Oh no.
So, is it still up with 8?
It's still up. It's just that's not
In that
good.
case, the other teddy bear is going to approach as well. So it is going to follow up with 2 more attacks. Holy crap! So does 15 take this horse down?
A 15 does just barely take the horse down.
The second attack is going to miss, but yes, you feel a distant sadness as though a million voices crying out at once were suddenly silenced as your horse goes down.
Oh fuck me.
a million days cried out.
A million
Exactly.
days. Oh, Redmond is physically in pain.
So your horse is de-rezzed from the net.
T-rest.
If we ever carry on with Fables Lands, Matt, I want you to remember this feeling.
Oh no.
Hey, I use my plot point for very good reasons regarding your horse, Astora. Very,
Yeah,
very
thank
useful
you.
use of that plot point.
It was.
Okay, up next is the green group, which is the only remaining scarecrow on you, Diana. So this scarecrow is going to turn upon you, and launch 2 claw attacks.
Already?
Both are going to miss, so you are A-okay.
Yeah.
It can do little else, so it is meekly trying to land hits on you, but you are lively getting out of the way. Blue group is next. So these scarecrows are going to climb the outside of the hut. They do so without much difficulty, having clawed hands and the hut being porous bark. They are going to then look up at you, and they are going to take bits of construct off of themselves and begin whipping them at you up in the sky. So you're 40 feet up.
I did say I was about 40 feet up.
Yep. So they're going to have
from the
disadvantage.
rooftop.
They're going to have disadvantage because you
And
are
40
just
feet
outside
above
of
the
their
rooftop.
effective range. Actually, I'm going to give them a dagger's throw range, which is up to 60, right?
Yeah, 60 at disadvantage.
60 at disadvantage, so it is going to be disadvantage. All right. Which is good, because you have 6 attacks incoming at disadvantage. So, attack 1. That's a 10. It's a miss. Attack 2. 15. Is that going to hit? I don't think so.
13.
Okay. So you take 4 slashing from the second attack.
All right.
And then we have a 8, which is a
13.
miss. We have a 13,
8,
which I
yeah.
think is a hit.
Yes.
So that's another 4.
I take another 4. All right.
And then a 5
A 5.
and a 15. So a 7.
All right. I take another 7.
Yeah, so that's a total of 8 plus 7, which is 15.
59 minus 3. Okay, cool.
Okay. So they are hurling bits of themselves up at you, but you are high enough that they're having trouble.
Oh, that's terrible.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Exactly. They are now scared of you. The hands were going to go on this turn, but they remain dead. Re-dead. Volk, you're up next. Your moonbeam is now not in anybody's space. You're being attacked at range. What would you like to do?
All right. The Quetzalcoatlus has an 80-foot movement speed and also has a dive attack. So I'm going to use my bonus action to move the moonbeam.
Okie doke. Would you like to... There we go.
Yep, and then I'm going to take my action to do a flyby, where I will dive in at this guy and
Okay.
then pull up again, ending my turn 40 feet up in the air
Okay,
on
so
the other side.
40
basically.
down, 40 up.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And flyby. The Quetzalcoatlus does not provoke an opportunity attack when it flies out of an enemy's reach. Just
Ideal.
mentioning that. Alright, so +4 to hit. Reach 10 feet.
Yeah.
So I don't have to
You don't even
go
have to get in
all the way
range.
down.
No.
How about that? I think I get another 10 feet up in the air in that case.
So they have
50
remarkably
feet.
low AC. So I imagine this is going to hit. But you can absolutely make your attack.
Yeah. 1d20 plus 4. That's a 12.
Yeah, you do hit. You almost missed though.
That's still
Just
hits.
keep that in mind.
I rolled very poorly.
Yeah. You do hit. Is there any
alright.
special effects beyond the damage for a dive attack?
No.
Okay.
Well, it is extra damage.
Then go for it. Give me those damage
It's
dice.
3d6 plus 2, and then it's an extra 3d6. So
Goddamn.
it's 6d6. 6d6. I can't roll all of these at the same time with the built-in roller, so I'm gonna have to. Is it slash roll?
Yes. Slash R.
Or
Yes, it is slash R.
okay, 6d6 plus 2. That is not a great
That's
roll.
not
but
a
it
great
is
roll, no.
16 damage.
Yeah, the scarecrow takes 16
Still
damage.
once.
It is still up and running, but you manage to tear a nice big hole in its side with your Quetzalcoatlus. They're bird dinos, so it's got a big beak. So your beak is
Yeah.
able to pluck a big chunk out of its side, and as the burlap breaks away, centipedes fall out of the hole, and the scarecrow spins around, watching you go, clutching its side, trying to hold in the bugs.
Throws the piece up in the air and swallows it.
Nice. It is gross. Even for a dino bird, it is gross.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself.
Diana, you're up next.
Okay, I'm gonna. We'll have Echo attacking first again.
Okay.
So 1, 2. I had advantage because of Pact tactic.
Both hit.
So 24.
Okay, it is still up.
12 damage. Okay. I will do 1, 2.
Both of those hit.
Those. Okay.
That is enough to take it out. You don't even have to use your third attack.
Yeah. I still have my bonus action now, so I'm gonna have. If I want to get back to the map, I have to spend 30 feet of movement, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, you're about 30 feet out at this point.
I will have Echo will run back 10 feet over here.
Okay.
And then I have 50 feet of movement, and I will bonus action dash to get, I'll get just in range of these teddy bears.
Can you do that as a ranger?
Yeah, level 8, I get bonus action dash.
Alright, that's pretty exciting.
So, yeah. I will get there, try and lock them. No, I suppose they can move around me, but yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Alright. So you can see that the teddy bears are beginning to eat bits of this spectral horse, but even as you approach, it disintegrates into mist. It doesn't. Its remains don't linger. But that is your turn. Hut.
Poor Redmond.
Poor Redmond. Hut gets to go. There are 5 turns left on its unconsciousness. Redmond, you are soaking wet, covered in rejuvenating liquid. Vasilka has pulled you out of here. You see Celina is looting the chest. Preacher is casting inscrutable spells upon the hut that you're in. The ravens are still mourning their dead and pecking at the claws. What would you like to do?
I would like to... Probably have... There's nothing in here. We have to get out, right? So, wait. Hut. Fire. Chimney. Is there a chimney? Or is it just like a fireplace?
You don't see a chimney at present. There is a fireplace. The fire does not seem to produce any smoke, and it does not produce any heat other than what is cooking upon it.
I see.
Beyond that, you've experienced that this hut, it's alive in a way. The way that the door sort of just closed up like an aperture inside of a giant dead or living creature that you would be inside in a hypothetical different game. It would be possible, you imagine, for a chimney to open up if you knew how to talk to the hut. But at present, the hut is unconscious, and there is no exit as far as you can tell.
Okay, we got to punch a way out of it. Right. I would like to take a running stance, and just launch myself at the other end of this thing.
Okay.
Break through it.
Are you going to be using any attack here, or are you just using your body?
I'm just using my body.
Just using your body. Okay. In that case, we'll call it an unarmed strike. So it'll be whatever your strength score is, or a modifier is.
I see. Which is 5.
5. Yeah. You don't do any appreciable damage to the hut wall. Yeah. You wouldn't have any reason to be able to suss out what the deal is.
What is this deal?
But yeah. You slam against the wall. You feel like, in 2 years that might hurt your shoulder, but for now, it's not that bad. You bounce back. So that was your action. You have a bonus action, object interaction. You can talk. Vasilka still gets to go. What would you like to do next?
I would like to try and extinguish this flame, if that's okay. As like an object interaction, if that's all right.
Object interaction, yeah. How would you like to do this? Do you just want to try to stomp on it?
I would like to remove its fuel from the fireplace
Okay.
and then stomp on it.
All right. There are a couple logs down there. You pick up the logs that come out of the fire. You can see that they are blackened and they have like that glassing effect from logs that have been burning for a while. But the flame doesn't come with them. The flame remains in the little fireplace area. That doesn't seem to be actually burning the logs. They seem to be there for show.
Can I just stomp them then? Stomp the fire.
Stomp on the fire, yeah. Make an attack roll.
Attack roll, okay. With any weapon or just normal?
Well, this would be an unarmed strike. So,
Yep.
because you're using your foot.
I'll just do the 1d20 plus. 5 plus. That's it, 17.
Okay, give me 1 second. I need to click on the icon here. And 17 will hit. So you do manage to damage this thing, and your strength score was 5, you said?
5, it's 5.
Or your strength modifier is 5?
Strength modifier is 5, I don't know how to make it. Yeah, it's a bit weird on the sheet.
Oh,
but yeah.
That's right, I get it. You stomp on this thing. Seeing that you can't extinguish the fire by plucking its fuel source, you can try to stomp it out. As you stomp on the green fire, it licks around your foot, and then all of a sudden it begins to burn. And it bursts outward, and the entire space becomes filled with green flame. And I need everybody who's inside of the hut to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I'm so sorry, gang.
I will give you disadvantage, Redmond, because you are at the epicenter.
Sorry, what was that?
You have disadvantage because you're at the epicenter.
Of course. Dexterity saving, so...
How much bonus did we get from Redmond? Was it 2?
It's 1, I believe.
14, as I use my arcane deflection.
Okay. So if you rolled below a 15, you're going to take all of this damage. If you roll above, you take half.
Oh, Vasilka, I'm so sorry.
Okay. So if
How
you...
much damage I take today? I was sort of
I need to do one for the ravens as well. Yeah, so that's 22 damage if you rolled below a 15, or 11 if you rolled above a 15, as you are all engulfed in flames.
Damn.
And then I will describe what happens after I deal with the ravens here.
25.
That's an 8, so they're going to take all of it.
Oh no.
Unfortunate.
Oh,
There are still some ravens living. So
I've made a grave mistake, gang. I'm so sorry.
there's exactly one raven from that swarm left.
Oh
No.
Okay. So Redmond, as you stomp on this flame, your foot suddenly burns as the hearth explodes in green flame, and all of you are engulfed in it. Everything that is flammable in the hut lights up in fire. And from outside, you can see that the hut shivers and shakes, and then sort of slumps down on the ground. You see, as the smoke from the green fire clears, portals open up around the circumference of the hut. The door sloughs back open. 2 windows sort of relax and open up, like, I guess, I don't know. I could only think of gross ways to describe it.
Like eyes opening.
Like eyelids.
Yeah, like eyes, not other orifices I was thinking of that slacken when you fall unconscious. The hut is inanimate. I'm going to remove it from the initiative stack because you have destroyed its power source.
Good shit.
Alright, so the hut is now open to the outside air. Now everything inside the hut that was flammable is gone. So the sacks inside of the treasure chest have burned away, and you can see that inside of those sacks was a bunch of gems and monies of various kinds. There's still a necklace in there, as well as that potion vial of some sort. The items that you've taken out, Celina, appear to be magical, because they have not been affected by the fire. Beyond that, all of her papers, all of the wicker baskets, the crib, everything else in here was immolated, and the hut itself is on fire. So that is something to deal with, worry about. This swarm of ravens goes next.
Careful not to use any fire.
Yeah. The swarm of ravens is next. The single remaining raven is going to get the fuck out of here. He's going to fly outside, and what is he going to do? He is going to fly over and take shelter inside of the floating skull outside. So this swarm of ravens takes itself out of harm's way. Preacher, you're up next.
Alright, so So is the fire... So the hut is on fire, but is that fire magical? Or...
No, the hut is it's burning like a regular wood would burn.
Okay, can I try to put off the fire as much
You
as
absolutely
I can?
can. Yeah. What skill would that be? Give me an argument. What skill would you like to use to try to put a fire out? We don't have a dungeoneering skill anymore in 5th edition, so...
Yeah, I know. Maybe... I'd say could be strength, like I'm trying to, you know, maybe stomp out and apply a more direct approach to it.
Sure, like take off your cloak and try to beat it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so give me an athletics check then to see how you do beating at these fires.
Sure. Athletics, here it is. 15.
Yeah, so you managed to put out a decent amount of the fires. Bunch of the house is still on fire and burning, but you managed to put out enough that there's a safe egress.
Alright. Then it will be my turn for this round.
Okay, are you going to stay in the hut?
Oh well, there is. Oh wait, there is an exit.
Yeah. The
Okay.
door and 2 windows have opened up. So
Okay,
with
then-
your 15 strength check, you've managed to sort of clear enough fire that you can get out the door safely.
Then I will get out here.
Okay. You see there
So-
are some bears attacking Diana, and up on the roof there are a bunch of scarecrows who have not been affected by the smoke yet.
Okay. Do I still have my action, or putting out the fire would have?
I
been
would
my
say that's
action?
probably your action, yeah.
Okay. All right. Makes sense. Makes sense. Then I think that will be my turn.
Okay. So coughing, Preacher emerges from the smoke. Celina, you're up next. Would you like to grab anything else, or what would you like to do at this point?
Well, I guess I would grab more items. I'm fine.
You have the important
Alright.
ones.
I would grab the gems,
Okay.
the potion, and the weird metal rod thing.
Okay. So because the sacks are burned away, I'll say you can't get any of the coins, but you can absolutely get the vial, the potion vial, the necklace with the diamond in it, and the potion scrolls, or the spell scrolls. Sorry, scroll cases. You don't know what's in them yet.
Scroll
Ignore what I
cases.
said. Let me just
Wait,
highlight
didn't you say there were
those.
gems in it?
Sorry, I'll read what's in there again. What is remaining in there? A bunch of money and gemstones, a vial containing some sort of potion in it, 2 scroll cases with something inside of them. The other pouch is burned away. There is a musical instrument, a set of pipes with 2 prongs at the end, and yeah, that's what remains in the chest that you haven't grabbed.
Okay, so I will take the vial, the diamond necklace, and the scroll.
Okay.
The 2
Grab
scroll
the whole
cases.
chest.
Well, it's a little heavy for Celina.
I have a solid 6 strength. I don't know what you're talking about. And then
let
I
me
would.
just- You said you wanted the pipes as well?
No.
Okay.
No. It's fine. I got 3 items this time. You let me get 3 items.
The
last
vial,
time, I
the
got 1
scrolls,
this time.
and the necklace.
Yeah.
Is that right? I'm just highlighting them here so I remember it later.
And I look at Red like, and they call me a Cinder Witch. Maybe it's the title more fitting of you. Leave. I guess it was my action, so that's that.
Okay. Would you like to try to flee the place?
I mean, I would walk out
Okay.
past Bazooka.
I
when is the
suppose I'll
teddy
allow it.
bear's turn?
The teddy bears, all of the
Oh, all the red. Okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
yeah.
Sorry.
all the scarecrows go in a row. Okay, so that is Celina's turn. So you have gathered those items from the chest, and you're able to withdraw yourself using the path that Preacher laid out for you, so you're able to safely get out. The second swarm of ravens is next. They are going to follow you, but they do not have nearly the speed you do, Diana. So what they're going to do instead is they're going to merge with their fellow over here. They're going to become one raven swarm, and I'm going to add 1 hit point to this swarm of ravens.
Hey.
Hey, sounds buddies.
Yeah, they are friends. They are recombined. Then they are just going to take cover, watching this mess shake out. Scarecrows. So these bears, do they need to make a saving throw every time they start their
Roll
turn?
again.
Okay,
It's different ones anyways.
that's true. They do not have much hit points left, so I imagine even if they fail, this isn't going to go well. They have both failed.
2d10.
They have
That's
4
another
hit points
11.
each, so yeah, that kills them.
Yay! They are immolated.
So with that, they burst with radiant light and they burn away. Scarecrows on the roof, however, seeing as there's a fire beneath them and seeing that you all on the ground are not paying much attention, they're going to run over and they're going to leap down. So first up, this Scarecrow is going to leap down and swing 2 of its nasty hands at you, Celina. So the 21 is going to hit, I think. That's going to be a 9 slashing. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Easy.
Yeah, you're fine. The next one is going to leap off and is going to do the same to Preacher. Claw.
Okay.
Claw?
So they both hit.
They both hit? Alright, so
Yep.
that's going to be a 7 and a 9, and I need 2
Wisdom
wisdom
saves.
saves.
Number 1 and number 2. Oh god, I was.
Okay, so you are paralyzed until the start of this Scarecrow's next turn. So I'm going to add a marker for that.
Okay.
So you are paralyzed, which is good news for this Scarecrow, who is going to leap down and also melee attack you with advantage.
And if it hits, it's auto crit.
Oh.
That's a 4.
Wait, is it supposed to be
Or
paralyzed or
15,
frightened?
because it has advantage.
The text says frightened.
Oh, I'm sorry. You are just frightened. So these are not an
Just
advantage.
frightened.
These are just normal attacks.
Okay. Then both of them miss.
Both of them miss? Yeah.
Yeah.
I read Paralyzed with Fear on somebody else's stat block, and my brain did the thing. Anyway, so Scarecrow attacks. They're down here now, messing you guys up, which is a-okay. It is now Volk's turn. So Volk, you have seen that the fight has changed. The dynamic has changed down below. You did not start the fire. It was always burning since your turn did start.
I didn't start the fire, so you can't blame me. But things get burned. Bonus action, move this darn old thing over
Okay.
there.
You absolutely can do that.
And then I'm just gonna like circle.
Okay.
I want to check something really quick. Is this an action? Oh yeah, look at that. I can use an action. Moving the moonbeam is a bonus action. And so as an action, as a movement, I dive down, so I'm within like 30 feet of the ground. And Hela appears, and then I pull back up again.
All right.
And she will use the help action to give advantage to the next person who attacks the top Scarecrow. She just kind of...
So this Scarecrow is being helped. Or you are helping whoever attacks this Scarecrow. That works. That brings us to Diana, who is in prime position to take advantage of this. Seeing as you have a dog with pack tactics and incredible sword powers.
Yeah, Echo will move forward first. He can occupy the space of the ravens, right?
Yep.
Okay. He will attack.
It's dog and dog.
Yeah.
They're both
Dog,
weird.
So.
Hey, both of those hit
Right.
easily. The ravens sort of like a cloud. They disperse when echo comes in, and then they sort of settle back down.
Yeah,
So
he
that's
just like comes bounding through them, and they have to like they squawk and have to
exactly.
like fall out the way. So 11 damage
All right.
on that guy.
The scarecrow takes it and is now looking quite surrounded.
And then
And any
sorry,
of these attacks, you can have advantage for the help action. Your choice.
okay.
I'll just declare it before you roll.
I suppose it would be the first one, but if it's the help action or
Yeah, I think mechanically it is the first attack.
You know, that would make more sense than what I was saying. Yeah, so the first one had advantage.
okay. Can I like
It was the
jump,
exact same.
can I jump over this the
Yeah.
the pestle?
I'm going to put this back on the GM layer because it's in the way.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can absolutely... Would you like to hop in or onto it?
Just onto it. I'm gonna
Okay.
vault over it and try and then get the scarecrow.
Go for it.
So 1, 2, 3.
Holy crap. So that's going to be
Damage.
29 damage. You handily defeat this scarecrow.
Nice. And then I will move into its face.
Okay.
Can I stepping over all the discarded twigs?
Yeah,
and
you can hop back down off of the skull and land in front of the doorway. You can see inside Vasilka is looking absolutely terrified because you may remember Vasilka and Fire don't get along very well.
No, they do not.
Which
Yeah,
leads
I'm
us-
not like blocking Vasilka getting out. She can move.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You're also a friendly face. You did help
Yeah.
stitch her arms up. You did your best to help stitch her arms up that one time.
Tried.
That leads us nicely to Redmond's turn. So Redmond, you are surrounded by fire. You can hear Vasilka. She still doesn't quite have vocalizing down, so her cries of panic, they're more like gasps than they are actual like cries. But you can tell she is in distress.
Yeah, 100%. I will very much like. So there's portals around here, right?
Portals. How
Did
do
you say
you mean?
portals?
I
You
meant
said-
portals in the sense that there are now holes in the sides of the hut. There are 2
Perfect.
windows and the doorway. Preacher cleared the doorway of fire, so that way is safe. If you want to get through the windows, they're on fire. I'll have you make a dexterity saving throw.
I'll go through the. I will kind of, brush the fire off the silk as much as possible, and just kind of like shoo her out of the door the way that Preacher made, pretty much.
Okay. So you'll be able to squeeze through. Obviously, half movement to get through other character spaces, but you can absolutely put her outside.
Yeah, I'll put outside and then try to get as far outside as I can as well.
Okay.
If that's okay. But
Yeah.
it's okay, and I'll do my best to calm her down.
Okay. Fight's more or less over at this point, so we don't need to necessarily place you. We'll just see who gets the final blow. Preacher, you're up next.
Preacher's gonna preach.
Oh no.
Preacher is gonna
Oh, there he is.
I am sorry, the ping on my net today is extremely high.
Oh, that's
Oh
okay.
no.
It's a weird day.
Yeah, it is a weird day. I will try to probably murder this one.
All right, the southernmost one. Oh wait, no, you are frightened, so you need to spend your movement moving away from these scarecrows.
Do you? Oh no,
No,
you
just
can't get closer. You can't get closer. That's it.
Never mind,
just
you can't get closer.
But I have disadvantage on my attacks, but I'm gonna attack 2 times that.
Okay.
Oh, one is a 10,
Thank
the
you.
other one is a
Stora.
9.
Unfortunately, both of them miss. Scarecrows have an AC of 11, so you tripped over that very
Alright.
low bar.
Then it is it.
Okay. Yep, you are still upset by the look this scarecrow gave you, and it makes you a little
Interesting.
shaky on your delivery. You don't manage to do any damage. Celina, you're up next, however. You probably can do damage if you want it.
Sadly, I can't sort out first because someone is next to me, so I will firebolt the one on the bottom.
When has that stopped you?
Fair point. I think I have disadvantage because I'm within 5 feet, and I miss.
Okay, yeah, that's a miss. Alright.
Just blows my hand, it points in a different direction.
Yeah, so you try to fire off this firebolt. it misses, goes wide, and splashes into the already on fire house, adding to the blaze. The ravens are up next. They are going to, seeing as everything that's going on, they're just going to hang back at this point, nursing their wounds. And we do actually get another turn from the scarecrows. I did not expect that.
Exciting.
This is exciting. So you are no longer frightened, Toatl, for now. What are the scarecrows going to do?
Roll.
Thank
a
you.
Thing.
Thank you. I had forgotten. Moonbeam.
Roll a thing.
2 fails. Let's see.
Yay.
We have 20 hit points and 36 hit points, so they're probably still going to be standing.
10.
All right.
It's average.
So the burlap that they are made of sizzles as they are burned by this moonbeam. However, they remain where they are. They are going to examine their odds, and they are going to believe that they have the best chance of harming little Celina. So, Celina, you got 4 attacks incoming.
Sure.
That's a 1 attack with a 6 slashing.
Shield.
Okay.
Oh.
Then a 2 attack, which is a
Also
miss.
miss.
And then the second scarecrow gets to attack. That's an
Nope.
18. 18 miss.
But
Oh, right, because your AC is raised.
Yeah. And I don't
Ah.
even have much
Shield does.
stuff attuned to me yet. Yeah, almost.
Okay.
No.
All miss. The scarecrows, they thought they had a soft target. They do not. Volk, you are up next.
Dive attack.
All right.
And I don't move the moonbeam.
Okay.
Dive attack. That's 1d20 plus 4. That's a total of 11.
11 will hit.
Sorry, I'm getting a phone call. I just had to hang up.
It's okay.
don't
Was it
know
the
who
bottom or
this
the top
calling.
one again? Sorry.
11. Does 11 hit?
It does hit. That is their AC
Right.
exactly.
Lovely. Whichever one looks worse.
That would be the uppermost one.
And because I dove 30 feet, I get an extra.
Yeah. So it's got 10 hit points left. So I imagine this will be the end of this scarecrow.
It could potentially
be.
not be because I can roll a minimum of 8.
That's true. This
That
this
is
scarecrow
way
is
more than
destroyed.
It
disintegrates.
gets scooped up. It gets scooped up and dropped on the ground.
Yeah, there's a splat, and then bits of scarecrow pieces go everywhere. Final blow probably goes to Diana. You're up next. What does Diana and Echo do?
Diana is gonna circle round the moonbeam
Okay,
to get the skeleton from behind. Echo will do the same.
okay.
So we'll have Echo go first.
Okay.
He's been going first the whole time.
Echo bite.
24 and 18.
Both hit.
Hit. So
8 and 9 is 17. It is
yeah.
still up.
okay, and then Diana will attack finish off. 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
Uh,
that is enough.
So yep.
We are out of initiative. Your faithful hound remains invisible inside of the burning hut. We are out of combat. You have solved my
Wonderful.
Babala Saga puzzle with brute force.
It seems
being high
lots
level.
of us speak more violence.
Exactly. The answer
Yeah.
is always more violence.
Volk lands on the ground.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, because I've heard that the hut itself is absolutely deadly and can just one-shot characters.
Yes.
How bad is it actually?
Real bad.
Real
If
bad.
you would like to make
Right.
an Arcana check, since you were inside of it, you had a look at all of it. I can give you
Sure.
some insight into its stats. A 15. Yeah. So you're looking at. I modified it slightly because you guys tend to destroy everything that we come across. I didn't modify
I
it
don't know
too
what you're
much
talking about.
because it is monstrous in and of itself. You're looking at about, close to 300 hit points.
Jeez.
you're looking at like between 2 and 40-10 with its 3 attacks each. It has ranged attacks. It has a ridiculous speed.
So putting
And-
it to sleep was super clutch.
Yeah. The other thing that I did, which was a change, I gave it a damage threshold. Because that is a thing on a lot of constructs, such as the Walking Statues of Waterdeep, where they have to take a certain amount of non-magical damage before it actually hurts them. So it had a damage threshold of 30. You had to do more than 30 physical
Oh my
damage in a
God.
turn for the damage to actually hit. Magical or psychic damage goes right through.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
So we could have, in
Yeah,
theory.
damage thresholds are cool.
Yeah. So basically,
I'm
if you
very
had
happy
done
now.
more than one attack on your turn, Redmond, you probably would have done enough to hurt it. But the first 30 would do nothing.
Damn.
But yeah,
Well, that's kinder than what I've seen happen, where it's in a single attack.
Yep. The other thing is, if Lasaka got outside, she would have been able to get inside of her clown car, and you would not have been able to touch her.
What the fuck? Okay,
She would be able to fly and have 3/4 cover. So,
Oh
Yeah.
god.
you were very, very
like-
lucky. You were very, very lucky and
We-
very smart.
the way things went were literally the best way they could have went,
Yeah.
except for those poor ravens.
Yeah.
They survived.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Half of them.
We've
Okay.
won, but at what cost?
But at what cost?
So,
Yeah.
aftermath of the fight. Vasilka is
Actually, I'll call
hyperventilating.
him more like a
Um,
third.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing my best to calm her down. Like, it's okay. Breathe.
She's starting to get used to this at this point.
Oh.
She's used to the
That's
traumatic
fine.
experience of being like, bad things happen, and then Redmond talks me through it. So,
Oh.
She
that's
seems
not
ready for
good.
it.
Oh.
you're a pillar in her mental well-being.
Yeah, but I'm also the reason she's.
Father.
It is like I'm also the reason she's getting this trauma. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Barovia's bad vibes.
Barovia's gonna
Barovia.
Barovia.
Yeah, so I'll talk her through it and everything. I'll breathe through it.
Yep.
Damn it.
She gives you that look as if she's seeing the sun for the first time every time you talk to her.
Oh.
So she gives you that look of tears on her face. She looks at you as if she's looking at the sun for the first time. And she gets through it.
Just it.
Calm. The hut burns away. If you don't stop the fire, the thing is going to just burn to the ground till it's
That's
ash.
fine, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta
we
get
can
those
sift through-
coins.
We can sift through the ash, I suppose.
Sift through the rubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diana will be sat on like a dry spot outside, and as dry as you can get in the swamp.
Okay. It sounds like a
and
short rest to me,
she'll-
by the way.
We can, I suppose, if you want to, but she's just watching the hut burn. She'll say to Redmond, "What happened to Bravo's dagger? Is she dead in there, or what did you do to her?"
She's dead. She's gone. She's I don't know where souls go here, but I think yeah. We don't have to worry about her anymore.
You know, we only want the artifact.
What did you say? Sorry, you cut out.
We only wanted the artifact.
I know, but we had to deal with her somehow, right? Like we were justified in this, right, Anna?
She was an evil creature.
You do know that they usually
was a
don't
good
die that
idea.
easily, right?
I don't know. I was just thinking back to one of the first days we were here, and
I just remembered there were druids and things to deal with across the river.
we can deal with those later.
Okay.
Just, I don't know. Feel like we've changed a lot since we came here.
You don't feel like I've changed a lot.
I feel like we've all changed a lot.
I think for the better, right? Right?
I suppose time will tell, but all I know is that when we came here, you wouldn't have gone into a woman's hut to kill her.
I think that's certainly true. think the encounter with my father showed, well, at least it spoke to me that you are all more important than my selfish desires. And I would rather us take action and eliminate the most painful source than risk you all getting hurt. I think...
You don't need to justify yourself. Redmond. I'm not
No.
criticizing you, just making an observation.
I know. I don't need to justify myself. I just wanted to say, like, I don't think this is bad. I don't think this is bad.
If I may add, what is my voice right now? If I may add, Baba Lysaga is one of the prime sources of suffering here in Barovia. So hopefully we've just made life a little easier for the people here.
I hope so.
Baba Lysaga was, as far as I've gathered from our various visions and conversations, seems to have been one of the guiding forces in Strahd's becoming what he is. I think. So I think, like, more than just getting the thing that we needed to get, we've done a good thing here in eliminating her. I'm uncertain whether that's a permanent elimination, but at least for some time, the lands of Barovia will be free of her.
Exactly. It's like the... I don't know if you're familiar. There was this... back home, there was this very famous person. I forget the name. I think it was Philip Hand or something. And he came up with the carriage problem. You know, if you were in charge of a carriage that was out of control.
The trolley problem, yeah.
If you were in charge of a carriage out of control.
If your horse was stampeding.
Exactly. And you could change direction to kill one person or to kill 5. Surely you'd kill the one to save 5. And I think that's what happened here today. That he was very wise, that Philip.
Yes, no, we're killing one evil creature to save a whole bunch of mortal people.
Exactly.
It's not even a trolley problem.
Like I said, I think you're both right. I wasn't asking you to justify yourself.
No, I know you weren't. I just felt the need to.
I don't have an NPC to say it, so.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. We did good.
Did you manage to get what we wanted? Whatever it was? I don't know.
I think we need to wait until everything burns down first.
I'm still a dinosaur, by the way.
We can rest here and set through the rubble.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Strahd?
Yeah. You can absolutely take a short
Might be a
rest.
good idea.
Yeah.
I sadly don't have a pearl to identify stuff, so I can only identify one item during a short rest.
That works. Which would you like to attempt to identify and glean
Well,
information
what
from?
do you think? I would like to check if my staff of power is still just my staff of power.
If this is just your staff of power, yes.
Or if
Your
there's
staff of
something-
power, yes.
Shenanigans
out the
on
other
it.
items to identify?
Yeah, there's 6. There's my staff, there's the Strahd's diary, a gem that looks like a cat's face, then the 2 scroll cases,
And
the
a necklace
diamond
with a diamond in it.
necklace, and a vial or potion of sorts.
So over the short rest, you can indeed determine that this is the Staff of Power you're thinking of. You can see the fancy M of its owner is still engraved in the handle right below the tip of it. So I'll share that so you have that information now.
Look at that.
Oh,
Fine.
that's powerful.
Are you
There's
sure?
your magic item.
Yeah,
Very
I will find you.
rare.
Could Diana
it is
identify
literally
diamond
mine,
necklace?
my dude.
Yeah, I think you're right. What would you say, Diana? Sorry.
Could Diana identify the diamond necklace?
Yeah, go for it. you can spend your time paying attention to it and looking at it. It doesn't seem to be magical, but with what little understanding you have of gemstones, you would guess that this diamond would be worth about 500 gold pieces if you were to pry it, just to put a number on it.
Ooh.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, for reasons.
Can
I
try
want to look at
identify
the. I want to
diary?
look at the cat.
Okay, and then what was
Cat thing.
Hibiki? What did you want to look at?
The diary.
Okay, so with the I'll do the cat stone first. It looks like a little soapstone that somebody's carved into the shape of a cat's face. You can determine that this is a stone of luck. So basically, what this does is it adds +1 to all of your saving throws when you're attuned to it.
Damn.
It's also a ability
Really
check, isn't it?
You're probably right.
Stone of luck.
It is
I have one of me as well,
luck
so-
stone. LLLLL.
We're gonna have some.
Why isn't it in
strong
here?
No, it's a stone of good luck. Maybe.
Thank you. Stone of good luck is what it's called.
+1 to ability checks and saving throws.
Damn.
Yeah, there you go. Stone of good luck. And then the Tome of Strahd. So this is the information you glean from just the intro of it. It is a very, very old book. It seems to be held together by force of will more than actual wellness of the construction. As you open it up, you see that many of its pages are illegible from age and stains of various sorts, most of them red or brown in color. But inserted into the first page is a very recent bit of penmanship. You would put it at a couple centuries ago. It says, "I am ancient. I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior. I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just god. But the war years and the killing years have worn down my soul as the wind wears stone into sand."
Okay.
And that is the introduction to this book. What you glean from glancing over this book is that it has the properties of a tome of understanding. So if you spend 48 hours over 6 days reading this book, in addition to all of the insights you will glean about Strahd, your wisdom score will increase by 2.
Damn.
But it will take a week.
Okay. Okay.
It's pretty good.
Interesting.
That's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Then I
just
have,
Volk then.
Either
I
Volk or
have a
Diana.
19. I don't know if that can take it above a 20.
It can.
Yeah, it does. It increases your maximum
Yep.
to 22 and gives you a +2 to wisdom.
No, it
Okay.
just gives you +2. It doesn't increase.
No.
Your wisdom score increases by 2 as
As
does
does
your
your
maximum.
maximum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So it could be useful for me. Somebody else could also.
Or anybody else that would like a boost to their
does
wisdom.
anybody else?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It
Does
would have been
anybody
good for
else?
Marley as well, but
It
Oh,
would
well.
work for Diana.
Does anybody else really benefit from wisdom? Diana?
Yeah, my casting stat is wisdom, but you cast more spells than me, so.
I mean, I don't mind getting that bonus. I have from a character perspective, it does also make sense because Volk is the one who has already been getting
Yeah.
a lot of insights into.
You know what? You
But
can,
like,
you can read it now, and then Dana will take the next one in 100 years, and then we'll keep passing it back.
Exactly,
'Cause
yeah.
If you
yeah,
get high
we're
enough
both
level,
immortal.
if you get high enough level, you're also basically immortal on a human scale.
I'm already immortal because of war.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah,
not a
we'll just
regular
keep-
changeling.
We'll pass it back and forth.
I'm essentially an immortal fake creature
Yeah.
at this point. I've already lived a couple thousand years. I don't think going back into the mortal realm changed that. I'd have to have a conversation with Spencer about that. Who knows?
You just leave it and hand it off to Dana.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, Riley.
How about that?
I'm sorry you're coughing. That sucks.
I've been coughing for the past 3 weeks, and
Oh.
I will say Barovia has been in its state for about 700 years, um, but it's been out of the prime material based on the context clues you've gathered. Um, Barovia disappeared from the prime material around the fall of Netheril, when the Flying Cities fell, which is well over 10,000 years ago. So Volk is
however,
well over 10,000
Volk was
years
in
old,
the Feywild.
which also
Volk was in the Feywild,
different timeline,
which has weird time things. So I could be anywhere from
It's very true.
700 to 10,000 years old.
This is very true.
We don't know. It's been established that Volk isn't entirely clear on exactly how many years they spent in the Feywild.
Something.
Just that it was at least a couple millennia. Okay, so are we determined that it's Volk who is going to take the book,
Yeah.
or is
Okay.
it going to be?
All right.
Okay.
Then the only other item that you have not identified is the potion vial.
And these scrolls, right?
Oh, right, and the scrolls. My apologies.
But do you want to identify the potion? Or the scrolls? I think that's the only one who's not identified.
I don't know what I look for. I'm not very good with things like this, but I'll.
You did jump into a big bath of a potion, so you've got some
Yeah, you
precedent
could
there.
just give it a taste.
Just drink it.
See what
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Sure.
no,
Yeah.
take a sip, take a small sip.
I mean, if that's your process,
I'll take a cheeky sip. You know what
take
I
a
mean?
cheeky sip. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is nasty. If you've ever I'm trying to think. If you've ever gotten like WD-40 in your mouth,
Yes.
it's like that. It's sticky. It's oily. It's pungent. It hurts. This is not something meant to be drunk. You can get that much. It's also very oily.
Tome of Strahd.
So this is not a potion you're supposed to drink. It's a potion you apply to something.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I'll say that to the party, saying, I think you have to apply this to something. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you wouldn't know enough about alchemy to get anything beyond that.
Yeah.
Surprised that you didn't die.
It's
Also not very smart to drink a potion that you found in the hut of an archfey.
Well, I just,
You didn't
you know,
drink it, did you?
at this point, this is something that's been developing recently, I do have to say, but I really am not worried about anything that physically may come to me. You know, I feel like I'm getting a bit stronger. Like, yeah, I really can take on problems, you know, because they can't touch us. You know?
You know, your hair does look a bit less grey now.
Yeah, it does, right?
You have one less wrinkle.
One less.
Only has 4 bags under the eyes instead of 5.
It just feels good, you know?
Watch out, it seems Redmond's gotten a taste of immortality.
I don't know, I could never be immortal, I don't think. I mean, would any of you want to be immortal? Live forever?
I'm quite certain I already am, at least ageless.
Trust me, Redmond. The taste of immortality is not a sweet one.
I'm not sure. Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
It makes it. I will say.
if you were to die, you would just go to wherever afterlife, but I'd just be sent back to here, maybe another existence.
Oh, I remember you saying
I don't know
about this.
whether. What, sorry?
I remember you were saying about this, right? Everything's a bit different for you.
We are elves are
They don't go
Not
to
so
heaven.
not so much locked out, but we can't stay permanently in our afterlife, in our Vandal. So we are just reincarnated. There are no new elf souls are made.
No new elves.
Yeah, and it absolutely sucks. You can't even control it. You should just not die. It's easier than you think.
I don't know whether I would want to inhabit this life forever or whether I would want to move on.
Believe me, eternality, I suppose eternal is a more apt description for what I seem to be. It's not all it's cracked up to be. I mean, like, you know me with human morality? That is bored of the fact that I have no perspective on time. Like, my perspective on the passage of time and the consequences of things just don't work anymore. Because I've lived for so long.
I can understand that.
Yeah, that's true. You have been kind of an avenue to look at what immortality does to people, Volk. I wouldn't like that.
Like, I've gotten used to it. The fact that I lived in the Feywild for all that amount of time kind of meant that I adjusted to the concept of eternality before I realized that I was somehow living forever. Or at least for a very long time. I haven't aged since I was 20-ish.
Oh no.
More like 25. This beautiful body you see is the exact same that it was when I was chronologically 25 years old. It's lovely, isn't it? What was I talking about? I don't remember. I'm going to go over here and read this book. And Volk just leaves the conversation.
Very well. So it's done then. Sorry, go ahead, preacher.
Preacher just wants to say that immortality is an insanity of its own.
You think so? But what if you had a purpose when you were mortal? You know, living forever. I think, you know, if I were to never die, I would spend all my time, you know, my existence just helping people. You know, just traveling. Because then, you know, just think of it. Life, helping people, seeing people's wonderful faces when they've been lifted out of poverty, lifted out of hardship. Their safety guaranteed.
Redmond.
Do you not think at some point you would have seen everything?
I mean, you may have seen everything physically, the landmarks, the cities, but the people's faces, existence, you know, the smiles of joy, oh, that would never end, surely. That would be marvelous.
Trust me, Redmond, that, yes, you will remember the faces of joy, but for every person you save, another one will not be. And
yes.
You will remember the hate too.
I mean,
too long.
Life is pain. Of course you'd remember the pain, but joy. Go ahead. Sorry, Volk, go ahead.
The fact that Redmond started this out, like, being like, I'm the oldest person here, and now
I think he's the youngest by a lot.
Yeah, I think he is the youngest now.
Yeah, how old is Toatl?
He's like 200 or somewhere around there.
That's cute. Celina's like almost
Red
700
started this
years old.
campaign thinking he was the oldest one, and now he's the baby!
The elf in the party is the second youngest.
Diana is the
Yeah.
second youngest with like what, 130?
126.
Yikes, gang. Holy shit. Oh, well, I just think... Go ahead, sorry.
I'm sorry.
I just think that, you know, if I were to get a chance, I think I would take it. But, you know, with a purpose, so I wouldn't drift like Volk, you know, I would help people. Yeah, until I die. And that would be that.
You might not die.
Immortality is something. It can be achieved in different manners. A person might not be mortal, but their deeds will be remembered. More so if they were great deeds. Now, great deeds of good or evil, that's a different thing, isn't it?
I suppose. I don't want to
Scourge
be.
of the Sword Coast.
Redmond
Right?
Redmond needs to see Overly Sarcastic Productions episode on immortality.
I have no idea what this is, but I should check it out.
I'll send it.
We're here to help one immortal. I suppose I wouldn't want to be famous or known for something. I would just like to help. But, enough about me. I'm sorry for dragging on. You've all done very well. I hope everyone's okay and safe. Should we move on? We have people waiting for us.
Yeah, if the fires died down, should we see
Yeah.
if we can just do that?
Yeah, so it's about mid-afternoon at this point. Once the place is completely burned down, you can absolutely spend some time sifting through the remains. I will say the wealth that was contained in the chest congealed. The hut burned hot enough that all the coins became useless.
Nice.
Yeah, you can absolutely attune to the staff. You can do that. Beyond that, the pipes that were in there, they are magical, but they're a weak enough magic item that the hut burning caused them to crack, so they are no longer of use to you. But they were enchanted with something.
The gems wouldn't have congealed, would they?
No, but they would have broken from the extreme heat. What I'm saying is you can't recover any of the wealth.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Sadness. Absolute sadness.
This was a magical fire the hut wanted to burn.
I wanted to burn.
It was disgusted with itself because it was created by a horrible archfey who did terrible things.
There's nothing left then? Was there anything else?
I will say that the illusion of Strahd is still crawling around the wreckage, but it is no longer within a crib. It seems to continue on its little baby life, uninterrupted, unperturbed by its surroundings.
Can I dispel that? Makes
Yeah.
it uneasy.
Yeah.
I
It's
try
not
to
a very
dispel
high
that
level,
then.
it's just a programmed illusion.
Goodbye, third level spell slot. That was the best use of a spell slot for this character so far. Better than the sleeping hut.
The sleeping hut.
Yeah.
Okay. How do we get across this river then?
Well, I will say the river, you're looking at about 70 feet across of the actual water part. There's a significant amount of swamp leading up to it. Other things of note.
I have
Yes,
high speed.
you do. Other things of note in here, but maybe less pressing. There is the manor that belonged to the old mayor of this place. It is over here, and there was ritual stuff that Baba Lasagi used. Some goats in here. May not be of interest anymore, but it's a thing. It's a marker, a landmark. There was also the chapel over here, which has been sunk half into the muck. So there's the chapel, the manor, and then across the river there's the standing stones where there's our druids doing a ritual.
Okay, shall we?
Probably stop whatever that is, right?
Yeah. Shall we? We should. Could we look about all the places here first? Maybe there's something else going on that we don't know about.
I think that's a good idea.
Would err on the side of caution and get rid of that first. I don't want them finishing whatever they're working on.
Okay. Do we have
Personal opinion.
How should we get across the river then?
Easy. I
What's
turn into a giant flying beast. I could turn one of you guys into
Yeah.
a giant flying beast as well if you'd like.
I would rather not. Personally,
Carry everyone.
maybe someone else.
Toatl? Would you like to be a giant reptile?
Giant
You're
reptile.
He's already a medium reptile. It's not too much of a jump for them.
Is that racist?
Do you want to fly?
Hey, Matt.
Sure, why not? I'll accept being turned
Alright.
into a giant flying lizard.
All right.
Volk, let's see, what are the components for this spell? I very wisely did not use my 4th level spell slot. So Volk kind of pulls out some little pieces from their pouch and kind of fiddle with them, and then they kind of go into like Toatl's face.
There you go.
And Toatl, in a puff of magical smoke, I guess, turned into a Quetzalcoatl.
There you go. 2 giant terror birds are now standing over the lot of you. Echo is
And as a
concerned.
bonus action.
He was already concerned by the giant bird the first time. Now there are 2. They're multiplying. He doesn't like this.
I'll try and but then say, it's okay. There are friends all in the comments. That's what it said. Would I be able to? Is he like lithe enough for me to pick him up?
Yeah. It's a little difficult. It's a little awkward.
Yeah.
He's roughly the size of, say, a boxer.
Yeah.
So lengthwise, he's probably almost as tall as you. But you can absolutely do it.
If we're getting on the lizards, I'll pick him up and have him on my lap as we go to keep him secure
Okay.
and make sure he's all right.
He is freaked. Being above ground is already weird. Being above the above ground is double weird.
I dismissed Hella, by the way. Temper, go back to her demi-plane.
What were you saying, Diana? Or story?
I just saying to Echo, it won't be long, but it's just safe just to get across.
He does that dog thing where he looks at you out of the extreme corners of his eye, as if to say, "I don't trust anything you're telling me right now."
It's probably best if Echo and you are on me, because I'm the intelligent Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah, actually, my
yeah.
stats are those of the Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah, we'll get on Volk.
Okay.
You still know who your allies are, and like generally what you're doing. But yeah, intelligence not that great. Pretty sure the Quetzalcoatl has a 2.
No, probably 3.
No, Quetzalcoatl intelligence 14. Oh no, wait, that's my intelligence. That's my intelligence. I'm not sure what this guy is.
Yeah, I've got the stat book up. It's 2.
All right.
Yeah, it's 2. You're very dumb.
So that'll be Echo and Diana on Volk, which leaves Redmond, Celina, and Vasilka without claimed rides.
I mean, horse is fine, right?
It's a pretty deep river. The Luna River is it's about 60 feet across. You could resummon it with 10 minutes and a spell slot, or not. It's a ritual, so not a spell slot.
No, it's a spell slot.
Okay, but the horse would have trouble getting across the river since it is pretty deep around the middle.
I think
We summon it after we.
as weird as it sounds, gang, I think a good shout would be we literally we can swim, right?
Matt, you're wearing full plate.
Am I though?
It's mythical. It's not heavy.
Got 2 giant terror birds.
And I'm young.
We've got 2 birds.
I mean, is there enough space?
And I mean, Vasilka doesn't need to breathe.
You can carry 2 each.
Matt, Frederick
And the dog doesn't
Barbarossa
count.
was also wearing full plate, drowned in 30 centimeters of water.
Oh no. I mean.
The terror bird says to you.
A deep river.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. The bird just looks at me and like, this okay.
You're like the Fellowship looking at the Alduin at this point, like, for context. Respect.
I mean, so there's enough room on the birds, right? For us.
Plenty.
Okay, then yeah, no, let's go with birds. 100%.
Okay, so Celina, do you want to be with on Volk, and then Vasilka and Redmond will be on Toatl?
Just because I can, I'm gonna cast levitate on myself and just
Just to be
levitate over.
safe.
Just to be
Just
safe.
to be safe.
Okay.
I'll grab you by the shoulders.
Okay.
Lift.
So with that, we are
Don't
ready to
listen
go.
to that. Big mistake.
Is there any other prep we would like to do?
As I am a bird, I don't think so.
We took our short rest. We
First
attuned to
one.
the items that we could attune to.
Yep.
We can definitely.
So
would,
who has what, by the way, so I can remove some of the things in my inventory?
I have a
Because
diamond
there's still
necklace.
basically everything in there.
I
Volk
I
has
took the
book.
book.
So you have the diary. Who has the cat face lunch gem?
Volk has that as well.
I
Yes.
didn't.
You identified.
Um, I like vaguely took it, but I didn't. I took it to like hold on to it, but I didn't take it to attune to it. We didn't discuss.
Like, to be honest, I think it should go to one of our melees, just because
Yeah.
basically they do more saves.
Yeah.
I will say you have a walking liability in the incredibly unwise Redmond.
Yeah. Do you have attunement? Do you have attunement slots, Matt?
Do now I do, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, because you
yeah,
lost the
'cause
loot.
You want to tune.
I lost
Yeah.
the loot.
You have your
You can get-
magical sword and your armor.
You can grab the cat necklace if you'd like.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the diamond necklace that I'm gonna save until I can test Revivify.
Well,
I think I have 2 attunements. I've got my cloak of protection and I've got tree bane.
the cat necklace. I'm trying to find it, gang.
It's the stone of good luck.
Stone of good luck. I'd love that. That'd be wonderful. Thank you very much.
You
Oh,
can
this is
secure
so
it in a pouch or orifice somewhere.
Oh my goodness.
I think.
I
that
just
is going
realized
for
you guys have
pouch.
my stuff, right? My spellbook, mainly.
I have the journal of dictation.
Don't. Oh, Spencer.
Yes.
Do you know that magic item? Can I give it to Vasilka?
The stone of good luck?
Yep.
Yeah, you can absolutely give it to Vasilka.
I'm like, this is. I'll kind of, I'll say this is a token of a friendship. Please keep it safe, and it'll keep you safe. I promise.
You know when babies see something for the first time? Where they're just like,
Oh,
it's that sort of look. But then when
Yeah.
she gets that you're giving this to her, she clutches it close to her heart. And she just smiles at you very, very sweetly. Yeah,
That's
and then one fist is now permanently clenched around this thing.
oh, that's adorable.
You get the
But
sense
also
that she would not
heartbreaking.
let go for all the world.
Oh, what the fuck, Spencer? Jesus. This is a heartbreak waiting to happen. I'm not gonna lie.
I have weaknesses as a DM. One of them that I don't have a weakness is being really tragic.
Oh,
That was the
This
worst way
is-
I could have said that.
this is going to be very tragic. Okay, perfect. I'll do that now. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
So Vasilka has +1 to her ability checks and saving throws while she has it.
Brilliant.
I think with Celina's spellbook, we would have just kept it safe so we can hand it back to her.
Ironically, I think Rory would have been the one who kept all the loot. So
Maybe.
But she left it behind.
Rory left
that's
everything
true.
behind.
That's
so-
true. So you can just inherit your character's other gear.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah. The other thing is that as a magical potion with a magical oil in it. That all the best you know about it is it needs to be applied to something.
It's like a topical thing.
Yeah.
A topical thing.
Don't
I will
drink it.
put the 3 items into the party loot, so I don't have to think about those anymore.
Oh, I took the diamond necklace.
Which one did you take?
The diamond necklace.
Okay.
Yep.
And Rat has the Violence Potion. I guess I still have the scrolls, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can just identify them.
Yeah.
the-
It wouldn't be that hard. You understand spells if you wanted to just crack them open and read the scroll titles. I can tell you
Yeah, I
what
would.
they are. It is a Mass Cure Wounds spell scroll and a Revivify spell scroll.
Okay. Does the Revivify come with the when that scroll is made? Is the diamond put in then, or do you need
You
to
would still
provide
need
the?
the material component to cast it.
Okay. I'll take
I
the
would give that
Revivify
scroll
one.
to
Yes,
Diana
that-
then.
Okay. So
What
you
level
have a
spell is
scroll
that?
of Revivify.
3.
I guess I would keep the Mass Cure
Oh, I
Wounds
have it.
as a backup.
Mm-hmm.
I have Revivify. I don't have it prepared,
Alright.
but I can cast it.
It's-
I think
I'll
it's. I think you have to be able to cast.
It is on my spell list.
Yeah.
It is on your spell list as well. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so you have one use along with the diamond that would need it to be used for it. And Celina, you have. Do you have access to cleric spells?
No.
Okay,
So
then,
I guess
then
if
you
we
wouldn't
go
be able to cast it.
rules
So it's-
written for scrolls, someone else should take that. I'm
Yeah.
guessing Volk will be the only one that can.
I can cast it, like it's already on my spell list. So it's probably best if I hold on to it because
Preacher
I've
could
got
also cast it.
material.
yeah, Preacher can also cast it.
Oh, you
I
Can
don't know
you?
if I can actually.
I
You
know I
have
can.
the cleric spells, right?
But I'm a warlock.
I'm sorry. I keep thinking you're a cleric for some reason. I'm such a
Because
bad
I'm a
DM.
preacher.
Yeah, that's it. I keep thinking preacher. It's a cleric. I'm so sorry.
So we'll give
Creature.
Volk the Mass Cure Wound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mass Cure Runes. I don't think I can. I don't think. What level spell is that? I don't think I
You
can
don't
cast
you don't
that.
need to be able to cast it. You just need to have it on your spell list.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't think
and
it's
a
on my
check.
spell list.
It's not about.
No, it is.
That's kind of
It's level
it?
5.
It is castable by
Yeah.
bard, cleric, and druid. So you would have it.
Oh, okay, so I just haven't gotten access to it yet.
Yeah. It's fifth
Pardon me.
level.
Actually,
next
I
level.
should say it's.
Well-
I think it's kind of stupid as a rule. The fact that it has to be on your. I always interpreted spell scrolls, like personally, as a way to give non-caster.
It's because wizards can craft them.
Yep.
You can.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
Have wizards. They can craft them for basically free. Then just give them out to everyone.
Yep.
Basically.
The first game I ran, I had it so that you would have to make an intelligence check if you wanted to cast a spell, a scroll that you didn't have on your sheet, but it seemed to be too easy. I was also way too
think-
generous with magic
I
items,
think
which I still am.
I think the concept of the spell scroll, and the reason why you have to be able to cast that, you have to have it on your spell list to cast it, is like the spell scroll is written in a kind of arcane language, and you have to be able to understand that arcane language
Exactly.
to read it and cast the spell. And so, because I have Revivify on my spell list, that means that Volk has the innate ability to read the arcane language of
that
the
checks
scroll
out.
of Revivify. And that's why that's like that.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
Well,
Yeah, the way it is described for wizards is everyone has like a different way to transcribe their spells, so it takes time and effort to read it and decipher
Yeah.
it, basically. Speaking of, I was reminded by looking in the party loot that we have the Grimoire of the Four Quarters that we got ages ago, which is written in Draconic. And I think there was a wizard spellbook.
It was.
way back in session 1.
And I'm a wizard, and I have Draconic.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, how lovely.
You can crack it
Thank you.
open.
Spells.
I can tell you what spells are in there.
Lovely.
I just need to
We can
find
do
it.
that. We can roll back 20 minutes to before we turned into
Yeah.
Quetzalcoatl's.
Yeah.
Well, she's not. She can read it on the way over.
Maybe I can get Misty Step, which I don't have at the moment, somehow.
I don't.
Wait, I thought you had.
There it
concept
is.
sheet.
Okay. So I will put these out of the GM notes into. This is the Wizard Spell Tome. Copy. Paste. So you got a disguise self, identify, mage armor, magic missile, protection from evil and good, dark vision, hold person, invisibility, and magic weapon. Not very useful to you anymore, but
Funnily enough, I don't want any of those.
For first level, that would have been a useful thing to suddenly get access to.
Without leveled. Okay. Are we good
Alright, ready?
to
Flying
we're
over
good to get?
Yeah, but we can, yeah, we
or
can-
levitating, as the
Yeah.
case may be.
All right, zoom back forward in time.
Go.
So, under an
And we
ominous
are-
cloud of dense mist and discharging lightning, a dozen moss-covered menhirs rise in a near-perfect circle in the spongy earth. These weathered stones range in size from 5 to 7 meters tall. Many lean inward to one another as if to share some dark secret with their inscrutable neighbors. 7 figures have gathered within this circle. They are chanting softly to one another. You can see golden light sparking up between them every once in a while as they speak. One by one, these figures raise up hands holding slender bone knives and slam them into their chests over and over again.
What the fuck?
Lovely.
You can see that there are the bodies of dead druids on the ground already. There are 7 still standing. There's 1 dead in and amidst this circle, and there are a number of other corpses around the stones. Celina, you would see that this is all that remains of the group that you saw pass through the other day. It looks like most of them have killed themselves at this point. As you get closer, you can overhear the things that they are saying. They are chanting over and over that Mother Night has forsaken us. Strahd was a pretender. We must turn now to the other powers. What is the name of? They say, come to us, Kiran Sali, come, Kiran Sali, come and give us the salvation we so desperately desire.
Was that the name that Golthus said?
This is a hard word to say.
I don't remember.
Kiran
what the
Sali.
name-
Kiran. I'm just going to post it in the chat. This is
I don't
not a
remember
name
what
that
the
you
name-
recognize, Volk. But if you would like to make a religion check, Diana, you certainly can.
I'm thinking that this is something to do with what's at the Amber Temple. Religion. 13.
It sounds like a Drow word, but you cannot place it.
Mm.
I
But
will.
they are calling out to this power to deliver them, since Mother Night has failed them, and Strahd is a pretender king.
I will let this be known to Volk and Celina. Seems
Interesting.
settling something. Maybe from the Underdark? I don't know. Maybe a demon? A drow, the word they're saying, I don't know what it means.
I would think that we should probably try to stop them. Yes?
So the last time I was playing in a game where we had some cultists that wanted to kill themselves, and we let them do it. I got hit with 160 damage and got killed
Yep,
twice in
vaporized.
one
Yeah.
attack. So I would prefer to kill them.
So,
Is there any reason for us to do anything about this? Out of curiosity.
Ideally, we want to stop the ritual. Last time there was a ritual, it killed one of us.
Yeah, but if you're not here.
But
She makes a
Well,
compelling
we-
argument.
if they make another, if they make another like dead treant, and that goes like rampaging and like anywhere, that's bad.
So, funny thing, this map, I know it, because I also will use it in my...
Hey, I stole it from Google.
I stole it from Reddit, I think. It's a really fucking good map.
It is.
is
It's
good.
really good looking. It was actually
it
made
will
for this
have a-
specific encounter. So
As we move in, I'm going to cast the long stride on myself again. Would have worn off over the long
Okay.
rest, short rest.
So you really want to go?
I have an idea for what I kind of want to do, but we'll see if it actually works.
So what's your plan?
Stop the
We
ritual.
going to kill them?
Yeah.
We going to stop them?
Yeah.
I kind of want to pluck them from their places, and kill them elsewhere. Because if they die here, they're achieving their goal. If they die outside the circle, might not.
So
That's
we.
good. I just want to
I'm
carry them
also
away.
a giant reptile.
I think that's
You
a.
have,
I've got big claws.
Go ahead, sorry.
you have to. Yeah, you have 2 claws. If you want to grab 2 of them, once we deal with the rest. Sounds like a good idea.
Brilliant.
Uh,
I'll jump now, and should we work on that plan?
I guess we're like circling above them
Yeah.
I imagine we are.
in the clouds. I expect we can probably drop you guys off. Toatl, it's up to you whether you want to stay as a giant reptile or
I would
become-
prefer not to,
Understood.
because it's fast. And I'm Warlock, so
Yes.
reloaded my puzzles.
I think with my telepathy, I can like communicate with you
Yeah.
in a way that you understand, and you can express very simple concepts back to me through telepathy. So yeah, we can do that. So I will drop the polymorph as soon as we're on the ground, and then I'm going to rush in and try to do my flyby.
Okay.
And would I be able to? I mean, would it be easier if, for speed's sake, one of us jumped?
Yeah, because I wanted to
You
do
can
something.
jump off of me while I'm gliding in to attack them.
Makes
Yes?
sense.
I want to do something, but I want, I wanna hear what the other ones who are currently on top, like, of Toatl if they agree to this. So, you know Toatl is a big lizard now.
Mhm.
You know what happens when, like, a cow falls onto someone?
But we don't want to kill him, right? We don't want to kill him. We don't want to kill him.
Yes.
I mean, you do right now have a 66 plus 2 attack.
Yeah.
With the dive. It's a nice attack.
It is.
You also have a ton of hit points. Because you're... That's so good.
If you want to drag yourselves onto the map, you can give yourself initiative counters.
No, I think I'll just glide down and wait till the form drops.
Okay.
And then I'll act with spells.
Alright, I'm bringing the Pteranodon on. I need you to make me big. We can bring another...
And then tell me what you're gonna do.
Quetzalcoatl.
Okay. I would like to jump off the Quetzalcoatl.
I'm sorry, I don't have a Quetzalcoatl token for you. I can do that real
No,
quick.
it's fine. The pterodactyl works. Okay, I'm gonna bring my actual character sheet over. And I need to roll initiative. Oh. That sucks.
Let's see. Ooh. 21.
Hype.
It's a small lizard.
Mm-hmm.
No. You are currently a giant lizard thing because I think we're starting the initiative before I drop your polymorph.
Yep.
And I have Echo, Celina, and Diana.
Oh yeah, right. You picked me up before I could cast my thingy.
No, you cast levitate, and then I also grabbed you and carried you.
I would have definitely tried to get free.
Can you move around with levitate? I don't think you can.
Yes.
You can move up and down.
It is certainly not what is the intended use for the spell, but you certainly can.
Can you?
I know.
How do you move to the sides? Do you like?
You
hit-
can only move up and down.
Yeah, it's like being in 0G. You need to be able to kick off something or have somebody push you.
So you cast levitate on yourself, and then I grabbed you by the shoulders and went.
So I weigh nothing for you, basically.
Yeah. basically. But I'm still carrying.
Yeah, I can only move by pushing or pulling against a fixed-up check or surface. I guess I would stop that.
I'm gonna be right back. My food's just arrived.
No worries. I
Okay.
need to do this real quick.
Yeah, we can take a 5-10 minute break.
Oh,
While
we
I
have
set
break?
up. If we are gonna fight, I need to do some setup here.
Okay, I'll be
Yeah.
back to make some snacks.
Right?
Snacks.
Nice.
gang, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Well,
Thank
Hello
you.
back.
Hello.
Oh, hello. What a wonderful greeting.
Hello.
Ooh,
Welcome
what's
back.
this? I have an official Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah.
Hi.
I
All
did
right,
the thing.
this one is Toatl now. I'm the actual Quetzalcoatl.
Sure.
I was just getting around to rolling the initiatives without giving away what these are.
Mm.
Well, they're druids, obviously.
But this one, that one's different.
That one's special.
Ooh. A low initiative roll right off the bat.
Go.
And then the next one is +3. Ooh, much better.
So
That's not good. This is probably fine. Oh, we can only go up to 9, can't we?
9 what?
With the icons.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
If you do two different colors, you can do more numbers. I think. Oh, we need to drag Basilka on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I really don't want to fight though.
You could have
She
left behind.
is
You just have to
physically
determine.
here,
You have to determine
unless you
where
wanna
you
leave
would be
it.
storing her.
She'd have been like, we'd have dropped off like, about like, like 200 meters away from the fight.
Like on the
So,
other side of the river, sort of thing?
Yeah,
Or
on the side of the river. Yeah.
right at the river's edge?
Right at the river's edge, like
Okay.
on the side closest to us.
Gotcha.
It's okay. It's alright.
There we go. Beauty.
So you guys are. Oh, you guys are behind me.
Also, Spencer, can you make the actual Toatl token big?
Yep.
These like right sized.
There we
Okay.
go.
Thanks.
You should. I suggest putting it up at the corner because then you don't get confused about the fact that you have two different tokens right now. I store my real body up there.
Yeah.
For later.
Makes sense.
As a treat. For later.
It's a treat.
Okie doke. Alright, and I need an additional for a different reason.
Uh-oh. Spencer, don't scare at me.
For an environmental effect.
Ooh, exciting.
Oh, okay, that's exciting.
17. This says 17, but the token says 12. And then this one says
it's
7,
supposed to be
but
17.
the token has an 8 on it. And then this one says 7.
Why does it say 7? It should be 8. I rolled 8. There we go. There we go. Descending order. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So, do we need a refresh on what you're looking at?
No, I'm fine.
Circle of Druids.
Yeah, there's a circle of standing stones. They're doing some sort of ritual. There are many dead bodies around. One of the druids has successfully killed themselves. And in addition, just, shit's going down, as they say.
Shit is going down.
Shit is whack.
I've got the feeling we're not going to get through this combat this session, but that is gonna
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not, but
But we can get
be
started.
fine.
Um,
Yeah.
So yeah, have you ever seen ball lightning?
yes.
It's a very
Yes.
cool phenomenon that happens in swamps and deserts. Um,
Yeah.
I will give you a bit of insight into the nature of this battlefield.
Ooh.
There is static discharge from the magic at play in addition to the swamp environment. The area will be affected by rolling ball lightning, which is something to keep an eye out for. You can see that coming up. When
Brilliant.
you get down there onto the ground, that is something to keep an eye out for. You don't know how it'll work, but interspersed randomly there are little bursts of static electricity here and there along the ground. But up first is Diana. Now you are mounted on a giant terror bird.
Yeah. How high up the way?
Probably not a
about-
terror bird. A terror bird is an actual bird. It's a giant reptile. we
Apologies.
call it that.
Giant reptile bird.
I mean, I'm the one who called it a terror bird, so
True.
my bad.
So
How
Diana,
high
you
up the
can
way?
delay your turn. You can hold an action. Ooh, I just realized I got a message.
Oh.
But yes, go ahead.
Yeah. How high up are we at the moment, Volk?
We're like on a descending. I don't know. It's at which point Spencer decides it makes sense. I think it makes sense for us to be one turn away when we begin initiative.
That's usually the way it'll go. So your movement speed as a Quetzalcoatlet is 80?
80 feet.
80 fly speed? Yeah, so you're 80 feet up at an angle. That would be the point at which initiative would start to matter.
Okay. How much fall damage?
That would
Why?
be a D8, or is it a D6? I believe it's a D8 per 10 feet, so you would be looking at
86.
86, yeah.
I'll delay my turn until about.
Oops.
Actually, that's quite a while off. I'll just hold my action.
Yeah, Volk is almost at the bottom.
Do it.
Yeah.
I'm at the bottom. It was the battle.
You do have a
I'm trying
bow,
to think. I do.
as sacrilegious as it may be.
Yeah. I'll take a shot at. I think our general consensus is we don't want them to kill themselves. Ideally, we don't want them to die, but at all. But I don't know. I'll take a shot at this blue one over here.
Okay. Oops. I was on the wrong layer.
So 1, 2, 11. Wow, they're both the same.
Okay. So 2 11s. I don't believe that will hit a Druid's AC. Let me just double check here. No, they have a 16 AC.
Okay, that's
Is
the
that
end of my
right?
turn.
Yeah, 16 AC. Okay, so your shot goes wide. They do not even look up. They just are continued saying, perfectly focused on their ritual. Preacher, you're up next. You see a similar scenario down below.
Yep.
But slightly
So,
to the right. Also, you're a
I'd
bird.
like to dive down in the exact middle of the group.
Okay, you can do that. Redmond and Vasilka come with you. Are you going to attempt to dive bomb one of these druids?
Yeah, I'll dive. Is there any one of them that has a more leading role, or that appears? Oh fuck! I have 4 intelligence. I wouldn't tell.
Yeah, you
Boy.
can't tell as a Quetzalcoatl. You
Oh,
cannot
yeah,
you
yeah,
cannot
5,
tell
6,
the difference.
7. Let's do a
Which
thing.
one looks the tastiest?
Starting from the red one.
Okay.
In,
Go for the red one first.
Clockwork. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this one.
Okay. So the green one at the bottom. Okay.
Do we have an Volk's Menagerie? Do we have a Quetzalcoatl in Volk's Menagerie?
We should. I dropped it in there.
It's right at the top.
those off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Their AC is
Okay, good.
11. It's a 16 if they use bark skin. So that actually would have hit Diana.
All right.
So that's a 10 piercing. You took 2 shots?
Yeah, I took 2. They both
And it
rolled
was
the exact
this
same,
one, right?
So, yeah, that one.
Okay. That druid is still standing, but it looks very badly hurt.
So,
So you would probably go after that one if you were looking to do the most damage. Or you can go with
Mhm.
the 4.
I'll go with a 4, but
Okay.
it's a natural one anyways.
Oh, never mind. So
So
not
never
used to being a
mind.
bird, you go wide, you peck into the muck. But Redmond and Vasilka, you are now within range.
Hmm.
You are within range to see the ball lightning, the static electricity in the air begins to build, and I get to do 2 rolls for the environment. Static discharge, we get a 2. So in the area of the map, which is number 2, which will cover Vasilka and actually, yeah, that'll cover everybody. Yep. So I'm going to need Hibiki, Redmond, and Vasilka, as well as the druids over there, to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Silka's not here. We left her on the.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it's just
Oh,
me.
I rolled a 2. Is the point? I just forgot that I left it on the public roll.
Okay,
So-
I need to do a.
Dexterity saving throw, or take 6
Okay.
lightning, or 3 if you succeed.
Let's go. 16.
And then the druid in that section is also going to be hit. Vasilka's over here.
Yep.
Redmond's over here. Druid, dex save.
You have disadvantage if you wear metal. I think that
Yeah.
counts for red.
Yeah, Red, you're in metal armor.
Yeah.
So that's a 2 for you. So, yeah. Sorry.
Take only
It's a 0, so it's a 3. Why? I need to fix my sheet. Sorry. But yeah, still fail.
I need to put you behind everybody for a second. There we go. Druid takes all of that, so it takes 6 lightning. Toatl, you take 3
I
lightning,
already, yes,
Yep.
3
and
will do it.
Redmond, you take the full 6.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
As lightning courses through the area. Then up next we have 18 is the red group, which is the druid of the group that looks the most fancy and well-to-do. This druid, seeing what has happened, is going to cry out, Kiranseli! And then plunge it into his own heart, dying in the process.
Mm.
So this druid is now
Uh-oh.
dead. He falls to the ground, hole in his chest, pumping blood into the soil. That is his turn. Celina, you're up next. You're on the back of Volk, flying in. What would you like to do?
I don't think I have anything to do that goes with the group's plan, so...
You have lots of range spells.
I mean, yeah, I could blow them up, but we don't want to just kill them, so... Yeah,
Says
sure, I
you.
will shoot the top left blue one
Okay.
with a firebolt.
With a firebolt.
19 to hit.
19
for
will certainly
6 fire
hit
damage.
for 6 fire. Okay, so this firebolt hits right between the 2 arrows that plunked it previously, killing this druid outright.
Woo.
Woot woot.
Hoot.
Hoot.
Could have killed
Right.
all of them with a fireball at 5th level.
Mm.
but
That brings us to initiative count 17, which is the green group. These druids also raise their daggers up, calling out to Kiranseli, and kill themselves one at a time.
Fucking hell.
Uh-oh.
See that something is gonna be summoned.
You need to grapple these, Volk. They've
Volk,
only
you
got a
are up
chance to kill
next.
themselves.
So there are 2 druids still standing.
So I dive in
But haven't you people ever
and
heard of closing the goddamn... I'm sorry, I made that joke earlier.
What?
It's
It's a Panic at the Disco song.
Panic at the Disco reference. There we go.
Okay. What does that have to do with diving in?
I'll share the song later.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Anyways, so Volk is going to dive in and attempt to, attempt to pull an eagle, and essentially snatch one of these guys up.
Okay.
Pausing for just a millisecond in order to allow passengers to disembark.
Yes.
Or maybe I do a flip and you guys just fall on the ground.
That works. Yeah. You knew this was coming, so you're prepared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we get flips up.
Yeah, no, I'm
So,
going to
grapple?
try to snatch it.
Okay. So I believe that's a contested athletics check, which
My
shouldn't be
athletics
too hard. As a
is
giant dino
strength,
bird.
I believe.
Yes.
Yep.
Strength
That's a
is
10.
+2.
So unless you roll really poorly.
Roll above an 8.
Just roll above an 8.
D20 +2.
Oh,
I did not.
No. So you do grab at him, but this druid manages to slip his way out. You take a bit of flesh with
I guess
you.
that's my action.
Yeah.
Wait, don't you
there's
have-
not much I can do as...
no, you don't have
Please drop my form.
Oh yeah, I think that's free. Can I drop
yeah,
a polymorph as
free.
like a free?
That's a free.
Yeah.
You
Free
just stop
action? Yeah.
concentrating.
So yeah, Volk drops the concentration on the polymorph.
Preacher returns
Um,
to his regular size.
And the giant pterodactyl creature lets out a chilling screech.
Ugh.
I guess.
The remaining two druids shake in their boots and look up at you horrified. But they continue with their chanting. And one by one, they plunge the daggers into their chests, killing themselves.
Are they all dead?
At
And
this
nothing
point,
bad
they
happens
are
and
all
we win.
dead.
Fuck me.
So, Redmond,
Bad
it is
thing
your
going to
turn.
happen.
You are surrounded by dead bodies. Their hearts are slowly slowing in their beating of blood into the earth. As you look around, you can see that the standing stones are covered in very large glyphs, each of which is a stylized version of a different animal. In addition to that, you can see that there are pictographs depicting some sort of mythological image, but you don't have a lot of time to look at them. How would you like to spend your 6 seconds this turn?
I hit it.
Hit what?
The glyphs.
You want to hit one of the glyphs?
I hit the glyphs. Yeah.
Okay, which one would you like to go run up to and hit? We're still in initiative, by the way.
This one.
So you can run up to that. That is in the shape of a... This one will be the bear. So you run up to the bear. You want to hit the manolith, I think is what they're called. Menhir, that's what it's called. Yeah, so make an attack roll.
Yep, I will make an attack roll.
Watch the thing explode in res.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with an 18, you absolutely hit it. And with a 23, you take a big chunk out of this stone.
Oh, sorry, it's 11. It's 11. So one is if it's one-handed, one is if it's two-handed.
Gotcha.
The left one is one-handed. So.
Gotcha. You take a decent chunk out of the stone here. The glyphs on the standing stone, they don't flicker in any appreciable way. But I mean, took a big chunk out of the rock. That's nice. Up now that you're up closer, you can start to see a little more of the sort of story that's being told here. You see a very tall figure in robes with 2 sets of wings on his back. This figure has a giant sickle that is carrying with him, and you see him wandering through empty plains, helping people up from the muck. that is what is depicted on this standing stone. You take a big chunk out of that mural.
Oh, fuck me.
Dana, you're up next.
Looking around at all the different symbols, do the animals that they represent, are they similar to the animals that I remember the cultists in Vallaki, the noble cultists, they all had animal tattoos on them. Is there any, do they have this, are they the same animals?
These will be the same ones. There's an eagle,
Okay.
there's a snake, there's a bear. These are ancient. Actually, why don't you make a religion check?
Okay. Religion. 12.
You don't really get any particular insight other than these are animals that would, in traditional mythologies, these would be the most common animals that early tribal people would encounter. So
Okay.
this is the sort of animal pantheon you get with the Uthgard barbarians, the really early elven pantheon, the druids in various parts of the Forgotten Realms. This is just pretty
So
standard native people stuff.
there's not necessarily any link, it's more just like a conversion.
Not especially, yeah. It's a convergent
Yeah.
thing. Like if we were in Canada, there'd be beavers everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could me and Echo, could we try dragging some of the bodies away from the ritual circle?
Sure. I'll give you one each.
Okay, yeah. I'll just grab it. I'll just grab them by the collar then.
Okay. There was one
Echo.
here and one here. You want to just pick the ones that were closest to you?
Yeah. I just wanna. We're both pretty fast, so if we dash, we get to the edge and just like push them off. So then.
Okay. So they're outside of the circle?
Yeah.
Okay. That works. If you place yourself where you drop them?
Yeah. I'll go over to the edge and kind of like separate them out a bit as
Okay.
well. Just drop them down.
Okie doke. You can certainly do that.
Okay, yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Toatl, you're up next.
This whole thing worries me because they died kind of too fast.
Yeah.
Would you like to make a
so-
religion check?
Sure.
This is something you may be familiar with. And you may roll better than Astora.
Fuck.
A 9. Do you want to use your hero
Um,
dice?
Sure.
The religion rolls have not been up today.
I'll use my hero dice to reroll 16.
You don't recognize the name of the god they were praying to. But as you watch their hearts just sort of pumping this blood into the ground, the stench of a particularly distinctive stench hits your nose of rotting flesh. And as you look over to the body that Diana and Echo are casting over the edge, you can see that they're already beginning to reanimate. And unbeknownst to them, their fingers are twitching, and you can see the bones are beginning to poke out of the tips of their fingers as they grow, as they're dragged along the ground. They will be coming back fairly soon as something else.
I will just shout to Diana to fucking drop that corpse and run back.
It's
Right.
it's off the edge.
And
As
after
you
that,
say
I will
that-
do this.
Armor Vega
So
this.
20
Beauty.
temp HP.
As you do that, the stagger discharge goes off again. That'll be area 6 of the map, which will include Echo and Celina. So I need dexterity saving throws from the both of you, please.
Sure.
A dog.
I'm good at those.
The dog.
I shall use this as well, so I have an 18.
Okay. It's not a lot of damage. This is more to whittle you down. So that's going to be 3 lightning if you rolled below a 12,
that's a
or
stupid lightning.
1
I thought it
lightning
was
if
the
you got
shenanigans.
above. Which I believe both of you got above.
We
Yeah, so
should
both of
put-
you take 1
it's-
lightning.
It's too bad Vasilka's not here. She would heal from it.
Yeah. Would have been really convenient.
It would have been.
I was thinking about that.
Hey, having a kid is not convenient. I just
No.
want to say.
A kid lover dependent. As the static electricity goes off, you can hear Echo yip as he drops the corpse over the edge. The corpse that you dropped, Diana, suddenly squirms in midair, and
Oh,
its
I can't
its
even use that
hands.
because
Oh, you can't do it?
I don't have to do it. I can only use it if I'm hit by an attack or fail a saving throw. Since I didn't fail a saving
There
throw,
you
I
go.
can't
You're
use
fine.
it. Which is good, because otherwise I couldn't use spells. I could only use cantrip next turn.
Anyway, this corpse that's falling down the edge of this little raised area, it twists in midair, lithely, almost like a cat, but like a gross undead cat. And its hands, the bones at the end of its fingers now extended into claws, slam into the rock. And even as you look down at this thing, a hideous face begins to push itself forward through the skin of this creature, as a fiend appears below you. It looks up at you with a rotten fish-like face. And then this creature is going to do something.
Oh god.
Oh god.
This is not cash money of you, Spencer. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, not cash money. Totally not cash money.
Oh, I need to. Well, it has a rechargeable ability. So the first thing I need to do actually is this is my first thing I need to do. That is a 3. So it is not able to raise any of its fellows this turn, but it is going to climb its way back up, and it is going to slash at you with a claw, and then it is going to attempt to bite you, Diana.
Oh
So
my
does a
god,
22 hit your AC?
That hits.
Okay. That's going to be 11 slashing.
Okay.
You are not affected by this paralysis, however. You can feel poison in these wounds, but they do not seem to affect you in any way.
Okay.
It is going to follow up with a bite. Does a 14 hit? I don't think so.
No.
No. So the bite goes wide. But yes, this hideous bloated corpse with bones sticking out of its rotting flesh is coming back up at you. It is at your level still. You did not get it far enough down the hill that it can't bother you anymore.
Okay.
Now, at this point, additionally, the older corpses around the circle, the druids that have been dead long before this fight, begin to shift as well. And rising up, these corpses return as zombies. They have been rotting too long to come back as ghouls, but they do come back as zomzoms. So the one next to you, Redmond, is going to swing a nasty, gross arm at you. So the remains of this druid take a swing at you. I don't think that's going to hit, no. Does not manage to find purchase. However, the others are going to stumble at you. This one can get within range, which is good for that zombie. Get another slam attack. 8 bludge.
It just hits.
This Zomzom is going to stumble and try to hit Diana on the back of the head. And no. No such luck. This Zomzom attacks Celina. That's going to be a 7. That's a no. And then this Zomzom is going to sneak up on Volk and attempt to get a chunk out of that nice, tasty dino butt. Does a 16 hit the Quetzalcoatl?
It does.
Okay. In that case, you take 3 bludgeoning as this thing smashes its hands against you, Volk. But that is the red team's turn. Celina, would you like to make a religion check?
Sure.
Since you now see what these druids have become. 20. So that creature that is attacking Diana, you recognize it is a demon called a Mesro. These are magically enchanted ghoul masters. You don't know if the other ones will become equally as powerful, but these things are utilized by demons of the pit to command their armies of ghouls. So whatever name they were calling out to is from the abyss.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold monster on that thing.
Okay. That's going to be a Wisdom saving throw.
DC 16.
It has advantage on this spell save.
Oh.
That's an 8.
Oh,
Never mind.
let's go.
Nice clutch. You're going to turn this fight into a trivial encounter again.
Yeah.
So he is
Celina has done
paralyzed.
smites in a row now.
Or he is
Celina
held.
just comes in, nearly kills us, and then
Yep.
proceeds to save us in
Yep.
like, the next 2 combats.
So this Mesero is now held in place, frozen, as you hold it. That is your turn. Anything else you would like to do?
I wonder if I want to move away from this one. Sure.
All right.
Try to attack me if it
Yeah.
wants.
It will certainly do that. That's a 7 bludgeoning on you.
Yeah, that hits, and I will make my Constitution save. Oh boy.
You're A-okay.
Yeah.
Even with the advantage, it still rolled an 8. All right. Well, up next is
I can't fail my Constitution saves unless I take more than 20 damage.
Green team is
Lovely.
up next. So green team gets to go. That includes the creature that the corpse that Echo threw down the hole, the edge here. So it slammed into the bottom, but it is going to rise itself back up, and you can see extending from its now cracked open and dangling jaw is a nasty, long tongue dripping poison. This ghoul, or ghast, sorry, forgive me, is going to climb its way back up the side, and it is going to attack Echo.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, Diana, your dream.
Get.
That's true.
It's coming true.
It was a 13 hit.
That misses.
Okay. So it tries to bite, but Echo is upset, maybe a little jittery from the static electricity that hit him earlier. The 2 corpses next to you, Toatl, also rise as ghasts.
Youch.
I just realized something in Hold Monster that I actually didn't know. The spell has no effect on undead.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh shit! Well, this is a
He's
fiend.
not undead.
It's a
Yeah.
Oh, this is a fiend. Of
This one's a
course I
fiend. You hit
knew
the
that
one
with
that
my
is not
religious
an undead.
knowledge. Fiend and undead, goddammit. I'm guessing Celina would have known that.
No, it's. Wait, is it? It's not a fiend. Is it just a fiend? Or...
It's just a fiend, yes. This one is.
Yeah,
Only
so it's
fiend,
fine.
not undead.
Yeah. So it is still
thought-
held.
Okay, I thought it was both.
Yeah.
Cool.
It is still held. You hit the one that it would work on.
Lovely.
The
only one that
ghasts,
looks safe.
however, are going to take their turn, and they are going to come at you, Toatl. The first one is going to, the northmost one, is going to try to hit you with its claws.
Oh,
That is going to be a
that's
9, that's a miss. The second one is going to try to hit you with its claws. Is an 8, it's a miss.
That's also miss.
Nothing. For a fat lot of nothing. Volk, you're up next.
Start by unmuting myself.
It's a good plan.
Yeah. Do I have to attack first for 1 second?
Okay. So other things you see, there are 2 corpses that have not yet risen. There's one here, and there's one here. So you could attempt to desecrate the bodies, butcher the bodies.
All right. The Quetzalcoatlus does not provoke an opportunity attack when it flies out of an enemy's reach. It says nothing about whether I attacked something in that turn or not.
I think the intention of that is if you're flying by, right? It's your flyby feat.
When
Or
it
trait.
flies out of an enemy's reach. And I never really landed because I was kind of like, I might have like kind of. I mean like. Yeah, no, I want to go at the boss guy.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
New boss guy.
I'm going to fly up into the air and come down on
Okay.
the boss guy.
Could you click on that trait thing so we can read the description together and make a choice, make a decision?
Yeah, 1 second.
Like, to be honest, if the ghast attacks you, I can attack it. Because
Yeah.
sentinel feet.
Because I think the
It just
intention of
says
flyby is
does not. It just when it flies out of an enemy's reach.
yeah, that seems to me like it would cover the situation. So yeah,
Yeah,
you don't
so
provoke opportunity
as
attacks.
long as
You
I'm
take off.
flying.
Yeah.
I
I would say your wings buffet the
basically-
creatures so they don't manage to get an attack in.
Yeah. So, like, Volk went in for a grab, whiffed it, and then kind of, like, went, like, oh, okay, up again. And had the boss creature is this guy right here, right?
Yep. The fiend is right on the edge. Currently held in
Yeah,
place.
no, that's 50 feet away. I'm above it now,
Gotcha.
essentially. And I'm going to try to grab it.
Okay. In that case, that would be an athletics check. I believe it auto fails because it is paralyzed. It is paralyzed when it's held, right? Be paralyzed for the duration, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
please,
use
So
my...
I'm pretty sure it auto fails.
please don't move it just yet.
I want to drop it.
That's fine. That's
Yeah,
just wanted
I'm
to
just
So-
gonna go straight up.
Okay, so you went 50 feet over there so you can go...
This is what I would
30
like to
feet up?
do. I would like to go straight up.
Okay, so 30 feet up and then drop it?
I'm going to, I think 30 feet isn't high enough, so I'm going to not drop it yet.
Okay, so you're going to stay holding onto it?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, they are now both 30 feet up in the air.
And I could get like 3 attacks in on it. At advantage, auto crit.
Okay, I will be just high enough, so like I'm 30 feet up, but I'm also a huge creature, so it's like 10 feet above the ground.
Okay. So it's within
So
5
it's
feet
still
of Diana
within-
still.
Yes.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm doing.
That's
And then
good.
next,
Fly straight up and drop it. Gotcha. Well, up next, as we are approaching the end of our session here today, blue team gets to go. So, rising up on the ground on either side of you are 2 more of these undead creatures, Toatl. You did manage to kill 2 of the druids before they committed ritual suicide. Or was it 3? No, it was just 2. So you prevented 2 of the ghouls from rising right away, which is nice. These ghouls are going to pull themselves up out of the ground. And these ghouls are stronger than your typical ghouls that you would regularly encounter. They have a number of bone spurs growing out of various parts of their bodies, like their ribs, their collarbones, the joints of their fingers. They seem hardier than your average ghoul. So these...
Metal ghouls.
Owl ghouls, one might say. These owl ghouls are going to flex, and these bones stick out of them, and so they are going to be able to do reckless attacks this turn.
Okay.
So you have
Go
2
for
attacks
it.
against you with advantage. So first one is going to do claws. That's a 21.
Well, shit.
So that's going to be 7 slashing, and I need you to make a con
He
save.
takes. Well, it takes 20 cold
Oh! Hot damn!
because of my armor of Agathis.
That's true,
It's
that's
not
true.
ended yet.
They do not resist cold, so this is a good choice. So this owl ghoul takes 20 cold damage as it slams into you, and then you are
I'm
paralyzed, which means this ghoul gets an auto crit.
Yeah.
Bum bum.
also
If
great.
it hits,
How do I do
if
an
it
auto
hits
crit?
me.
That's true.
Just roll. Just
roll.
like-
it's still
I
less than
think it's going to do
which
its
is more
bite,
likely.
since this is guaranteed to hit.
Ha!
I don't think a 12 hits, does it?
12 does not.
Okay. Does paralysis grant advantage? Where's my...
Paralysis does
Yes.
grant advantage.
Yeah.
Well, 12 would still miss anyway.
12 misses, yeah.
Alright, so the ghoul is not able to take advantage of the paralysis. You are stuck in place, Toatl, as horrific pain boils through your veins from this poison. The other ghoul, owl ghoul, does not manage to bite against you. But yes, both of them now will take advantage from any attacks against them. Because they have reckless.
Also, the damage from Oh, wait, I need to check a feature. Oh no, with the cantrip. I was just seeing a feature worked, but
Okay, so I think
nevertheless.
with this, we'll end the session. Redmond, how would you like to end out this week's session?
Fuck. Okay. Is there a way to mass taunt these things? There isn't, probably. I will summon all obscenities that I've ever possessed or manifested in my life. I'll try and just shout at invoking kind of this religious nature, this holy power to kind of like cause these things to attack me, and I will just run over here straight into the center of them.
Okay, so you take 2 opportunity attacks from the
Oh,
zombies.
before
Yes.
I do that though, I would like to cast Shield of Faith.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good plan.
Mm-hmm.
2 misses.
Good shit.
So what is it you shout as you head over here?
Just undescribable obscenities and holy incantations, just to kind of like really
Distract them.
distract them to get them to attack me, pretty much.
Okay. You, as you rush over here, you hear a whisper as you move on your way, and it feels as though there is somebody walking with you. You can feel as if somebody is hovering behind you, and this voice whispers in your ear, "This is the miserable way taken by sorry souls of those who lived without disgrace and without praise." It is a voice you do not recognize.
What the fuck? Why is this the ending point?
But yes, you are being stalked by something.
What?
Absolutely.
What would you like to do now that you have joined the fray?
I would like to attack. I'll attack this ghoul.
The ghast? All right.
The ghast, yeah.
It turns to you, tongue waggling venom-like. You do a shit ton of damage.
Does it crit or does it just do the?
I think it's 27,
damage.
yeah.
Okay, 7 damage.
So that'd be, yeah.
Attack again for 12.
Yeah. You do another 12.
Mm-hmm.
So your sword is singing happily, happy to destroy these horrific demonic undead. And your armor is cheering you on, chanting you forward. And again, you feel this, it's as if somebody's looking over your shoulder.
That's fucked up.
Curious what you're doing.
Thanks, Spencer. I hate it.
Yes, you slash into this thing, and that's where we'll leave off this week.
Mm-hmm.
So next week, we'll pick up in the middle of combat again. Thank you so much for playing. I love and appreciate all of you very, very much.
Thank you very much, Spencer.